start the session. Like Mortia pretty much summarized, you guys now find yourselves on the first floor of the basement. I don't know why I said Mortia. I'm sorry, Grennan. Bad habit.
Just do it.
Grennan.
You're used to it, so yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, you guys find yourselves on the first floor of the basement. It's a little warm in here. It's kind of stuffy. You can tell there's not really any draft. And as you guys make your way down the stairs, you guys start to hear this incessant, chanting in the distance. It kind of reverberates around the walls, but it's not loud. You can tell that it's slightly muffled or hushed, and so it's a very quiet chanting. And you guys can't quite make out what language it is or what exactly they're saying.
That's kind of ominous. Do you guys know as well?
And as you look up and
Is
down
it
the
constant?
hallways,
Or just
is that what?
happens from time to time? Is it constant or just happening from time to time?
Oh, it's consistent. It doesn't stop. And as you're looking up and down the hallways, Elena, there is no visible light here. What little light you might have gotten from maybe the windows or something of that nature upstairs, there's none here. It is complete pitch black. You see.
I don't have dark vision. I am going to light a torch.
Gotcha. That's a good idea. So you walk into the darkness and you strike a match on your torch, and it lights up. And you realize that you are in. Hold on, I gotta make sure. There it is.
Is my pass without a trace up still?
It's like 8 hours or something. I'm sure it is.
Guys,
you didn't get attacked?
Yeah, you didn't get attacked. It's still up. It is still up. Okay, can you see now, Elena?
Yes, because I lit a torch.
Oh yeah. You see that
This is gonna become a problem.
The staircase descends into a hallway that goes up north just, I don't know, maybe 10 feet. And you see that quickly there's a small turn to the right, or to the east. And then it continues down south, where it seems to branch out into multiple different directions. And you can't quite see after a certain amount, but you see mostly pitch black off in the distance. Anything beyond your torch, it looks a little spooky to you. Oh, you're gonna use enhance ability, eh?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
That's a great question. I got a strange feeling that some fucking dexterity checks are coming my way for some reason, so I'm gonna go with Cat's Grace.
Okay.
Gee, I wonder why people think there might be dexterity checks coming up soon.
Is this gonna break your pass without a trace? Because they're both concentration spells?
Concentration up to 1 hour, action 1 time. I'm assuming so, yeah.
Okay. Because I assume the other one was just like a normal spell cast? Or like some sort of ability that lets you cast?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Alright, so you break that. You guys do lose the stealth bonus, but you do get the Cat's Grace, which is going to give you... Whoa, where is it? You don't take any damage on falling 20 feet or less.
It's one creature, so who is getting touched?
Oh, she's going to do it to herself.
Yeah, she's buffing herself.
Okay.
Which is fair enough.
Yeah.
I have no problems. I just wanted to double check who was being.
Oh, they got new little symbols? That's sick. I'm trying to think of like a good symbol for your Cat's Grace. I'll give you wings.
Isn't there a cat symbol?
I thought there was, but I definitely can't see it. No, because it's not a status effect or anything. Anywho. Okay. You get enhance your ability, giving yourself Cat's Grace. You guys may now walk, into the hallway if you'd like, and then I'm gonna ask you where you guys are gonna go. Elena, you do see that the hallway to the east, or I guess it's a tunnel, leads to what looks to be like some sort of secondary hallway that leads to two, you're thinking maybe doors or something. You can't quite tell. You know, it looks like there's entrances, but you're not sure what they are exactly.
It's a very Wonder if we
I'm not
split up
sure
in
where we
pairs
should
of
go.
two.
I say we should go clearing bit by bit. So maybe we go right, then we go left, then we go down, something like that.
Yeah, clearing extra hallways might be smart in case something tries to flank us.
Yo.
All right, where are we starting?
Let's start north.
Take lead, Elena. Okay. As you head down to the hallway and you begin heading west, you see what looks to be like an empty, maybe lodging or like casual room. You're not quite sure. There's
I
no.
cannot walk down the stairs.
I don't know why. There you go. Maybe you. Okay. Yeah. As you come in here, it looks like what looks to be like a small, maybe quarter room. There's a couple of small little in or built-in huts, I dare I say. The walls again are still made out of this clay, rock, dirt mixture, supported by various beams. And you can see there's not really any furnishing. There's maybe a bed or two in this, in each of the little rooms. But other than that, it's quite dusty. And you see that there are just 4 empty blank chairs. Stop moving.
So yeah, the stairs right here are acting like a wall. Cannot
Okay.
move the tokens past.
Okay, 1 second then. Oh, I see why. Hold on. Oh, I didn't do it. Okay, there you go. Should be good now.
Thank you.
Now it works.
Do not continue moving, like I said. All right, there
So
we go. And as you look around, and you notice something immediately on the floor. There seem to be about a couple, dare I say, dozen sets of footprints that seem to be almost like etched into the ground, as if somebody had, like, various people had walked here, and the amount is like overwhelming. It's like a secondary texture to the ground that you guys are walking around on. And Elena, as you come over to what looks to be like another exit hallway or something of passage, you smell something rotting emanating very strongly from the hallway. And like as soon as you walk up, you get a waft of something that's been dead for a very long time.
Something's dead here.
Coda, are you
There's a
here?
lot of dead things here.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, but this smells like it's been left to rot.
Oh, like a corpse?
No, not like a. Well, yes, maybe like a corpse. But it smells really strong for just a singular corpse, I think.
Can I use my good old nose and try and see if I can, I don't know, differentiate, maybe smell if there's multiple
Roll
different
me a
people?
perception check. Then you'll get advantage because you're keen sense. Coda, do you have divine sense, or who was it that had that? Was it you, Elena?
Lena
That's
should
me.
be.
I'm
Okay.
a paladin.
Yeah, you smell the stench of fucking a corpse, an evil corpse, and in fact, it's quite strong here. And
I don't
looking
actually have divine sense activated. Is it just so strong that it
Correct.
passively sets off my evil-o-meter?
correct, it irks you. Like your hair begins to raise on itself. You get goosebumps, and a shiver runs down your spine. And you hear a voice whisper in your ear, "Yes, darling, that is how close I am. Enjoy." Almost like a whisper in your ear. And as you turn around, you look towards your party and you don't see anybody, but they see your reaction and you just immediately go white, pale, and break into a cold sweat.
I mean, this is not a new thing. My character has already been pale and nervous and anxious.
Are you okay?
I heard somebody talking to me in the walls.
out
We
of
should leave.
character.
This is an evil place.
Out of character. Have we been down over here? Yeah.
No.
Don't think so, huh?
Where?
No, they didn't go south yet. Ursa, whenever, like, as Elena is turning around, I guess you wouldn't really see her, but as you head over to Coda to kind of get a sense of it, of the smell, because Elena and them are talking aloud, you can hear them. You take a good whiff and you like close your eyes to block out the rest of your senses, focus with your keen sense, and you also feel this corpse, or smell this corpse, and it smells like it's been dead probably 50 plus years. And it does not seem like it is something that you definitely don't recognize like a specific type of scent it has. It just smells like a corpse. You can't really pinpoint maybe what kind of creature it is or anything of that sort. And it gives you like a nose cringing smell as well. Like it almost overwhelms your nose.
Okay. Taking a good big whiff in, you're gonna notice that Ursa kind of just immediately scrunches her nose in disgust, and then she's gonna go, "This thing has been dead for like 50 years. I don't know whatever this
Then why
is."
does it smell so bad?
Because it's a
If
corpse.
if it's been rotting for 50 years, it shouldn't smell like this. It should be mostly gone.
It should have been gone by now. I don't know what this is. I'm assuming maybe because it's undead or something, because I don't know. But that doesn't smell right to me. Not from where I am.
Nothing in this house smells right.
That is so true.
I'm gonna start going on over this way.
Okay.
Where?
Okay. As you head down this hallway, that's fine. All right. Okay. As you head down the hallway, making your way down, you seem to get away from the smell. It gets less and less the farther you get away, and you notice that this hallway breaks into two paths, going left and right. You're not quite sure what is in the pathways or where they lead, but you know that there's at least two paths, and you see like a little corner over here what looks to be like a door. Just like a big slab stone door, kind of set into the wall, but you can see what looks to be like one large hinge, somewhat attached into the wall, keeping the slab there. And then down the hallway, you see, what looks to be like a normal park bench. But you can also see like bones and small fragments of dead things that lay across the floor, and there doesn't seem to be a smell of death or anything here, though. The chanting you heard at the beginning, it still continues here. It doesn't change any volume or anything of that nature. And you could hear what looks to be like a small like clicking noise every 3 or 4 seconds is your guesstimate. You're not quite sure what it is, but it sounds like maybe nails on like a wall. And it's just like 1, maybe 2 clicks. No pattern, no rhythm to it.
Hey.
Maybe we
guys,
shouldn't split
there's
up.
this weird clicking thing over here. Further down this hall, there's just like a weird clicking sound.
Maybe we keep
That's
checking
interesting.
north?
And
Well, you can lead, I guess.
I'm just searching. Like, I'm trying to see what's all on this floor, because I don't like having my back turned to things if I do or don't know if anything's there.
We should stick together.
I agree. We are in a hallway, though. There's only one space between us.
where are you guys gonna go?
I
Well,
want to check out the hallway that was.
I mean, we were gonna sweep the rooms, but Ursa decided we were going south first, so.
Go ahead, Grennan. As you come into the hallway, you see that these hallways have what looks to be like these giant stone slab doors set into fashion of like a door. But weirdly enough, these are not on its hinges. The slabs are just simply placed up against the corner of the doorway and sit here. And when you look in, you see just an empty hallway. It's only about 10 feet long. There's no furnishings or anything on the walls. It just looks like maybe storage space. You're not really sure what service or what service this provides. Yeah.
Interesting. Nothing in here.
Do the slabs have like any inscriptions, anything?
No, they're just pretty plain. They might look a little ornate with like some beveling, but that's about it.
They're not. They function like doors. So like, can you push them open or something? Or are they just?
You assume that if you put it back on the hinges, it would have function like a door would.
So it's, okay. Yeah, I get it. Well, these here are doors. I'm not particularly strong, but maybe someone could move them out of the way.
The mighty door.
They could lead further down. Further east.
Do we want to do that though? Because there are other areas.
I'll hold up this
mean,
junction here
I
until we
didn't
move
see
on,
anything
so
down
nobody
the
can sneak up on
hallways. I
us.
don't see how moving the doors would.
One at a time, please. What did you say, Elena?
I'm gonna hold the junction here so you guys can watch or well look around without getting surprised by somebody behind us.
Okay.
Basically, I'm keeping watch so nobody can sneak up on you guys while you guys are looking around.
Coda, what do you want to do? What's your brain coming up with?
I think I'm just gonna fall behind. I don't know if there's much I can do at the moment.
What would you like to interact with? Would you like to go searching any of the rooms?
I worry because I have 15 health points and
yeah, that's reasonable. That's reasonable.
I can heal you, but your max HP's down, right?
I tell you what, you will not die.
If someone wants to come with me,
you won't get hit in the next 5 minutes for sure.
If someone wants to come with me and explore, I am down for that.
I'm fine.
I don't think we should separate to explore. I think we should stick together. And that's kind of why I'm watching our backs, basically, so that you guys can explore without worrying about being flanked.
Shouldn't we just sweep the room up north? Make sure nothing is there.
That's fun.
All right. Okay. Looks like everyone's a little unsure. All right, we're gonna start with you, Ursa. As the group stays up north, kind of sharing the information about the slabs, and Elena letting you know she'll keep the back end. You come down, and you two see the door that looks very similar to the slab up north. Close at this point. I might show something here. But this one actually does have something with a etching or some sort of writing etched onto it. In fact, when you go and view the entire hallway, you see that both of the doors have something etched on them.
What about behind me?
Same setup. It looks like a hallway that leads to 2 doors that contain slabs. Unfortunately, though, these ones do not. Oh, I lied. These ones do also have etchings on them.
Etchings.
I'm
gonna take a step closer. Can I make like an investigation or a perception check on these doors?
Which one do you want to start with?
I would prefer a perception check first.
I didn't ask you to make a perception check. I asked you a question.
Oh, my bad. You're talking about the doors. I did
Yeah.
not understand that.
Yeah, what door do you want to start with?
Let's go with left.
Okay. As you walk up to it, you see in common written the name Thornbolt Durst. And when you look at the top one, it says, where does it say? Hold on. Roosevelt Durst. It seems like these doors are very simple, ornate doors. There's no handle, but you can see that there's like kind of a lip inherently made in the bevel where you could easily slip your hand in. I'm not gonna assume you open the door, but you put your hand on it, you kind of feel it, and you can tell there's not a lot of weight that is required to open this.
What about this one?
Same thing. Same kind of door.
Same person?
No, this is the one that says Rose.
Got you. What about over here?
You want to crack the door open?
The
That'd be so
door
interesting.
on the
That's-
north, yeah, above you, is going to say Gustav, and the one on the one below you is going to say Elizabeth.
So kids on one side, parents on the other.
Kind of want to talk to these parents. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, they're dead, so I don't think you can talk to them. And I really don't want to actually talk to them because they are also dead, which would mean we'd have to, fight them.
But rest assured, Elena, as you have
Can I
gotten
open this bottom door?
1 second, as rest assured, Elena, as you've gotten closer, or as you've gotten to this part of the hallway, that corpse smell and evil feeling is now gone. Instead, you feel a sense of sorrow looming over the place. And yeah, Grennan, you put your hand around the bevel. You pull the door open gingerly at first, and it doesn't scrape or anything. It seems to move very well on its old hinges. And you see what lies in front of you is a coffin. But this coffin is empty and lies awake, with the coffin lid sitting on the ground next to it. You can see that it looks to be ornately dressed and ready for a body. But one thing that you do spot immediately is that the plate, or like a normal ornamental plate that would be on the coffin, it seems to be scratched out. And so you can make out maybe a couple letters that make up Thornbolt, but for the most part it is a little difficult to read.
Is this where the need to be put?
Would this constitute as their proper resting place?
They are
It
upstairs.
seems like a family crypt. So.
Maybe parents couldn't get to them. No? Maybe they were involved in cults.
Which
Maybe
one's
they were
Elizabeth?
I'm just saying, maybe they were trying to protect the kids.
Would you say, Ursa?
Kind of. They protect the kids by putting them upstairs where nobody could get them. They died, and they probably starved. No?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking before.
The kids probably did starve because I'm pretty sure their door was barricaded.
Yeah, they
Yes.
also had bricks over the only window that was in there. That's why I want to talk to these two.
Well, that would mean going upstairs. Which,
No,
if
I'm
we
talking
are,
about the parents.
would they even be awake?
Well, we went into their room and they weren't in there.
Which one is this one?
I wanted to open up the top one? Because I'm pretty sure that's the one that says Elizabeth, correct?
No, not at all. It's the one that says Gustav.
Oh, so
Clean your
that's...
ears. Yeah,
Well, then the
Gustav
other
is
one's
above.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, I want to go to the fucking bottom one.
You open this, dare I say, crypt, and you see that there is a coffin there.
I
But
mean,
this
crypt
one,
is like the building in general.
this one is different than maybe. Oh, I guess you wouldn't have seen it. This one does not look regular to you. You can see that there are, or what looks to be, something has ripped the coffin interior to shreds. In fact, there looks to be like what looks to be like a bottle, like a glass bottle, normal circular shape, that has broken on the ground and is right next to the coffin. And then you see at the foot of the coffin, the plate has this weird black substance, not dripping down, but looks like at some point it might have, covering the plate entirely. So you can make out the etching still of Elizabeth Durst, but it is covered in this black liquid that you do not dare to touch. I will
Can I
also say
smell
Is it corpse
air?
style?
it does not give off a scent. In fact,
So it's not corpse style.
it looks like a black paste almost, like it has caked on here and not seeped into the object, but is instead layered on top of it.
I'm out.
Can I give it the evil sniff test?
Yeah. What? Yeah. You walk in as you see Ursa covering her nose and with a very unsettled look. She walks out, and you walk in past her tentatively, taking a look at it. You see that it's Elizabeth Durst's coffin ripped to shreds. And roll me a religion check with advantage, please. And as you get in there, you smell what looks to be like this black, almost like tar, like
I'm actually not proficient in this. I have a +0.
Oh.
Let's see how I do.
I'll give it to you anyway. Fuck. You smell this
Ooh.
like tar-like substance that kind of reminds you of when you warm up mortar to be used for bricklaying and so on, but like kind of that asphalty smell as well, you know, like when they just lay the black top. It's a mix, and it's a little foul, and you don't. To you, this looks like someone desecrated this coffin. That's not like someone just came in
I
here
mean, that was
willy-nilly.
never in doubt, I don't think.
No.
Coffin ripped
Other than
apart
that, though,
from the inside seems pretty desecrated.
You don't know what this is, what the liquid is or could be, and you're not really sure what happened here.
I'm just gonna
there's
close that
definitely,
door.
There's definitely some restless spirits here, for sure.
Let's.
I would
somebody
like to
wanna
check
take a look
on
at the top one.
Yes, I would like to check on Gustav.
Okay. You open the door. You see inside a coffin with the name Gustav Durst on a plate. You also see what looks to be like a small vial, like a surgical vial, you know, something they would put small bits of liquid in, broken on the ground next to it. But this one has a relatively undisturbed coffin. There's a little, actually, yeah, there's a little scent of like mustiness in this room, but for other than that, you don't see anything.
Excuse me, Mr. Durst, I would like to intrude on you. And she's gonna try and open the coffin.
Okay. You lift the lid off.
You're so polite.
It's a lot lighter than you expect, so you put a little too much effort in, and it almost gets, pushed into the wall, but you stop yourself and gingerly put it down, and you take a look in there, and you see a beautiful velvety red coffin. Cushions look immaculate, but you notice a little black dot of some sort of liquid or some sort of material has hardened right where his face or his head would be.
No corpse, or corpse and material on his head.
No corpse at all. Just a little bit of material where his head would lay.
So, 4 coffins, no corpses. This is annoying. She's gonna pick up the. Is it something that you could pick up, or is it just like melded into the coffin?
Find out. How are you going to pick it up?
With my hand.
Barehanded? Okay. You reach down and
Yes.
you pluck it off, and as soon as you do, it burns your fingers. And you take 2 acid damage as you drop it. You see that the warmth of your hand has caused this thing to become liquid again. And as it burns your fingers, you now have these tiny little, dare I say, dots on your skin. Thankfully, it didn't go too deep, so it's not like anything farther than maybe a 2nd-degree burn. But you're gonna feel it for for the next couple hours or so. You see the liquid hits the ground, and as it does, it seems to melt straight through the ground, disappearing into a tiny black hole.
That's not poison.
Hey, touching
It's
things
not
that we
good.
don't know what it is, maybe not a great idea.
To be fair,
Especially not in such close
Why not?
proximity to a desecrated gravesite.
Desecrated, consecrated, same thing. She's gonna hop over
Really
the coffin.
not. It's really not.
Well, while they're messing with the coffins, I want to go back up to that room that had like the bad corpse smell, and I want to light one of my blocks of incense and place it on the table.
okay, you do. You light a nice, beautiful incense, and as you're sitting there and you're watching it burn, you see the smoke rising. You hear a crack in the distance. It's very slight, and then you see the smoke and the fire, or not, I guess it wouldn't have fire, but the smoke kind of gets blown to the side just a brief moment. And then the incense dies out immediately. No more smoke, no more smell. Grennan, I need you to make me a perception check, please. You hear the words, "Run, my dear," become whispered in your ear. And Ursa, as you kind of walking around, you see Grennan as she's standing next to a no longer lit incense. You see the little trail of smoke that remains pretty much disappearing into the air. And Grennan, for just a second, seems a little nervous from behind. You see for like just a moment her like shoulder tenses up and gives a little shiver. But you're not sure why. And in fact, that smell of corpse, it's gone. This incense has burned away all any sense of smell in this room, and it is overcrowding your senses right now. You are
Oh, that's not good.
overstimulated for like a minute. Yeah, you'll have disadvantage on perception checks using your nose.
I'm gonna clutch my warp hammer and just step back. Okay, as soon as I have angered whatever spirit was in that house.
We should. What should we do?
I would like to go all the way down and clear this area.
We have another tomb to the side or down.
Okay, well I guess Ursa's going forward, so I'm gonna follow Ursa.
Fine.
All right, Ursa. You make your way into what looks to be
I
like
think
a.
we should have a marching order kind of like vaguely outlined, because if we get stuck in a fight, we should make sure that we can't get flanked easily.
I can stay in the back. I have pretty good armor, and I can smash people's sword.
Alright, Ursa's leading, I guess. I'll go second, maybe?
I can go third. Alright, I'll go first. No, go first.
Okay, Elena, Ursa, as you step into this dining hall, you see on the ground there seems to be about a dozen different corpses just lying around. Up against the corners, some on the floor, strewn out. And one thing that sticks out is that they all seem to be almost gray in skin color. But they look relatively human. Men, women, even a few children and elderly. And notably, they are all naked. Not a single shred of clothing or an item to be found near them. No torches, no food, no loose change.
This is disgusting. Would I, at this point, have an inkling of something? Would I recognize this as more of, like, a genuine dining hall?
I cannot tell you what you assume. That is not really information I can give you. Like I said, it is a dining hall. What kind of dining hall? I mean, there's a billion of them, so make you fancy. This is one of those things where, like, there ain't too much to it. Very simple. Just got a room with a bunch of bodies in it and a table. Mox, you walk over and you see this little cutout of what maybe would have been like a closet, but there's no door or hinges to it. And you see that there is currently what look to be 6 or 7 dead children piled up over each other. And you can see that some of them are still full, like their bodies are whole. Some of them have color to their body. You do see one of the children is missing all of their limbs, unfortunately. And you see something else lying in the hand of one of them. It looks gross and like it's been rotten for maybe a week or so. 10 days in this universe. It looks like a small pastry, but you're not really quite sure, like, flavor or type. Like, you couldn't discern if it's a donut or a strudel, but it looks like a little bread-like disc just molded up and scrunched up in this little kid's hand.
Well, I've learned my lesson, and she. Let me. Mox will like cast Mage Hand and pick up whatever pastry it is.
Okay.
Why are we stealing things from the dead?
Shh. I would assume you're not looking at this, Elena. Or at least not like intently, right? Like, remember that most of the time as you guys are doing things at the same time. So maybe you hear Mox cast the spell and you turn around and Mox, you have a fairly good idea what a mage hand looks like, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you see that as you summon it, your blue little transparent ethereal hand kind of floats out towards the pastry, and as it gets like, I don't know, maybe a foot or two away, you see that it like retches in pain for a moment before this black flame envelops it, and you see that the hand turns into a transparent ethereal skeleton hand, no longer the shape of a regular hand, and it floats there for a second before it returns back to its action. And it grabs this little pastry with its bony fingers and it floats it back to you, sitting about a foot away from you.
Well, you've never done that before, and I will check on you. Okay, actually, my own spell might be more interesting than this, but we'll get to that later. And she's gonna try to sniff out the pastry.
It's too rotten. You just smell like if you've ever smelled yeast before that has been, getting bacteria together. Yeah. You get that smell. You get a little bit of smell of decay. You can tell that a little bit of like the child's, dare I say, like skin or flesh may or may not have been stuck on it. Like this thing looks rock hard and like it has been sitting there a while.
The composition doesn't look that old and yet still hard as rock. Interesting. And she's gonna set it down very carefully down, basically next to the hand that she took it from. Okay. And she's gonna unsummon the image. Okay. And we all.
You said I would have disadvantage on smelling checks, correct?
Yeah, for the next few minutes.
Can I still try and do that anyway with that?
Yeah, it'll just cancel out your normal advantage from keen sense. Take a good old whiff of it.
Oh, my bad.
It's okay, you rolled high. Yeah, it smells like it's been maybe sat out for like 3 or 4 days, and then maybe add another 6 or 7 days on how far past rotten it is. It smells kind of like cinnamon. You get a little bit of clove and nutmeg in there, and then like a fat whiff of pumpkin. It seems to maybe be a cinnamon-esque treat, like a cinnamon roll, but it does not look shaped like a regular one. It is very much like, you know how they occasionally will make danishes in round shapes, very similar to that, or even dare I say a donut without the hole missing. Looks simple, but excuse me. Other than that, you're not quite sure what kind of pastry it is, and you definitely don't recognize the recipe.
Mox would like to give her ever common apology. I am sorry, little ones, but this is for silence. And can they inspect the bodies to see like if the injuries were done to them post-mortem or what they were alive, and also maybe check for the cause of death?
Roll me a medicine check. Elena, as you're walking over to the side of the dining hall, you stop in front of the doorway. You see a little bit
I'm
of a
keeping
staircase
watch.
down. You hear the chanting get louder. You still can't make out the words, but you can hear that it's echoing a lot louder from this hallway. And Mox,
The chanting's louder this way.
you take a good look at the bodies as Elena's points this out. They've died all in a different range. Some of them look to be older than a month. Some of them look to be within maybe 2 weeks, maybe a week. The earliest, your guess is maybe like at least 5 or 6 days. But the injuries that they were succumbed to do not seem outwardly physical. You don't see cuts, you don't see bruises, scrapes. There's no gash marks across them. Their throats aren't slit. They all just have a sickly green hue to their fingernails and to their teeth, like green of a leaf. And you notice that those things are not rotten. No, in fact, they seem to have grown more, like these jagged, twisted sets of nails and teeth. Not too long, thankfully, less than an inch or so, but these don't look like they succumb to physical attacks.
Poison, perhaps? Maybe a fungus, something that grows. Interesting. Also,
I
the
think I know
injuries
what's
they were
going
doing.
on, but Elena is not looking that direction.
You would hear her. What's the Arcana check for, Arsa?
I want to see if I'm getting a general vibe, either from this pile of bodies or this pastry, or like what's going on in this general area over here.
You don't feel any presence of the weave here at all. In fact, you don't feel the weave's presence at all. There's a disconnect. Like you are away from the thing that brings you power, but as you try to sense magic, you still get that secondary feeling like, oh, but I can still tell that I am. Like I can still feel it. Like you're a Dragon Ball Z character and you can still sense ki, but there isn't any ki around here. It's gone. It's empty. Even things that you would
Wait, I have
expect, like
ki?
your friends to give off magical, or even give you, a hint of the weave's power. Nope, nothing. You do notice that the hands, the skeletal hand that Mox has, it's no longer like a conjuration or evocation. It is partially necromantic, but it only seems like in form, not in like true nature. If that makes any sense.
It's cosplaying as a necromantic
Guys,
spell.
I
Oh,
have
cool.
bad news. I cannot feel the weave at all.
Huh. Funny.
Like magic?
And Mox, as you stop and you focus for a moment, you try to feel that inherent, like, dare I say, electricity that, like, it runs not in your veins, but like in your body as a whole. Like, you can tell when you don't have enough strength to cast a spell, you can get that feeling of sensing energy. But as you stop and you think about it, you feel the same thing. Your connection to the weave is gone. But this confuses you because your hand is here. And it was the original likeness of the hand that you summoned beforehand, but it seems to be cosmetically affected, not illusion magic, but necromancy, to take on this skeletal form. And it gives a little bit
Interesting.
of, you get a little bit of melancholy from it too. Like, it has a vibe to it.
Maybe the house itself? I don't remember casting spells inside the house.
The house itself is evil, so
Yeah, but the weave would just
Not
be
what I know.
gone.
Yeah. My point. I don't know if this alteration or this seeming disconnection is part of the house itself or part of the plane we are currently in. Regardless.
I don't think a
But did
house
you know?
could do this.
I think
Yeah.
a desecrated gravesite might be able to mess with it, though.
True enough.
So what I'm hearing is this place is somehow cut off from the magic.
Not quite. I still feel magic and I still am capable of casting it. It's just strange. I can
I
feel
don't
other
feel any
people.
different.
You don't know that yet,
Well-
Cat. Or Elena, not Cat. Sorry about that. Yeah, I guess I could mention
Considering her magic is literally I can sniff evil right now, and she sniffed evil.
You're fairly confident. That's fair.
To be fair, technically paladins don't get spellcasting until level 2, right? So
Yeah, and I'm a level 1 paladin, and my magic comes not from like a god or an external source, but from my faith in like being a good person who will protect her country people. I don't think it can be particularly affected right now.
Nope.
Although,
I mean,
again, like,
you don't know.
there isn't any magic I can do here right now.
The best way
I
to
don't have
explain
magic.
her magic, Mox, is that she has, like, the same type of good-heartedness power that Goku has.
I'm My Little Pony. Friendship is magic.
Yeah. Her power runs on rainbows and sunshine.
Yay!
I run on rainbows and sunshine, and also the power of this sword that I will smite you with.
I got the power of Jesus
power of
Christ and
friendship
anime on
and
my
this
Smite
side.
you
gun I
with the power
found.
of friendship.
Dear Lord.
I have
Anywho.
no connection to religion whatsoever. I will smite you
Mox.
with the power of my goodness.
Mox, roll me a perception check, my friend. Do not move. I mean, you can go down one
Sorry.
square. That should be fine.
I'm sorry, I'm default on spells always. There it is. 5.
You hear someone talking. Seems to be common, but it's coming from the hallway south. You just don't know what they're saying. But they're like, it's like, oh, this guy's 2 rooms away, and they're talking, but I can just hear the volume. That's it.
Is it the chanting or is it different? Like distinctly
Oh, it's different. It's distinctly different. Like, this is like the same volume that your friends are talking to you with.
Oh, okay.
When I was walking past, would I have heard it?
I'm gonna say that you didn't quite pick it up. You're a little still overstimulated, so it did escape your ears, unfortunately.
Monk's gonna poke their head down to the side and see if they see anything.
You look around and you don't see anything. It's a hallway that continues and splits into two paths, while also continuing down to the south. And you think you see maybe a start of a staircase heading to the west or starting from the west, but you're not sure. You'd have to go a little bit further in before you could see more.
Guys, do we want to do like a perimeter sweep of this floor first and then like go toward the middle?
I mean, we tried, no?
We tried that, but then we all got sidetracked by staring at crypts.
No, I mean like we can still do that. Like we can go down instead of going
Maybe.
left. And then when we're done, we can go toward the middle.
South, here I heard a voice. Not chanting voice. More importantly, it splits into two. How many splits do we have on that side? I'm talking to Elena.
I mean, I'm fine with running whatever. I just want to make sure that we don't have our backs turned to something.
Oh, I didn't give her that.
Elena, if I may, how many splits are there? I have two here, and a strange voice.
How many splits? Do you know? How many splits do you see up there?
I mean, I'm down
Like
for
different
whatever.
paths.
I'm just gonna stay behind.
Do you recall?
Knowing it's like
Do I
back
have
from
Explorer
behind?
mode on? I've looked better.
I mean, I think I only see a staircase coming from this area. So if we go down, then it looks like there's two down.
Hold on 1 second. Don't move. Gotta fix something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
I'm
wondering
willing
what
to
was
go
going
along
on.
with whatever. Elena will follow along, and she will also. She'll watch backs and stuff.
Sorry that it didn't update for you guys. My apologies. I will make sure the other maps definitely do.
Whoa.
Okay, now you should be able to see gray area of where you've already gone.
Roll 20 just freaked
Mr.
out for me.
DM
It was
is
kinda
doing
funny.
Yeah, I'm moving you guys around so you have vision.
Yeah, I am having my character
hold
is
on,
being
hold
moved
on, hold
around.
on. Yeah, sorry, my apologies. I didn't realize I was muted still.
I'm getting distracted.
Making sure that I went and updated everyone's lighting because it was not working.
Yeah,
There you go.
full of worship.
You guys should now see gray area where you have been. If not, you can go back to where you've already been, and I'll let you know if you're
I thought that was intentional, honestly.
No, that definitely. I thought I was talking because I was saying something the entire time I was moving you guys. And then she's like, "Hey, you're muted," and I was like, "Ah, fuck." Now I was
Oh
wondering
no, I
why
meant
you
the
guys.
thing staying black when we couldn't. I thought that was intentional.
No. You're supposed to know where you've already been. That way you don't get confused. Okay. What are we doing?
Do we
So we have
want to go down?
I will stand guard at any junctions. If I don't have a different course of action, that is what I will be doing.
Okay.
Well, we have a path down here, but if someone else wants to take point, I would appreciate it. I am not good with swords to my face.
I can.
Thank you.
Okay.
Let's sandwich Mox in the
Ursa,
middle
stop
of us. It would be like Ursa, Lena.
Mox is in the middle. I think it's Ursa, me, Mox, Coda, Grennan right now. I think that seems to be the current marching order.
Yeah, I do kind of like that order as well.
Okay. Ursa, as you come down to this junction, that continues from this hallway, you see a staircase that leads to the west, leading down. You see another hallway to your east, your right, and then another continuation of the hallway to the south. The south looks like it continues on a lot further, where you hear conversation coming from the east. Your ears have settled at this point, and you hear a group of about 5 people talking. Excuse me. and you can hear they don't quite have an accent that you recognize. Excuse me. So it's not a dialect either that you would recognize. But you hear them talking, and they say things like, "Hey, Enrico, when are you going to get paid? We've been waiting here for years and years, and yet nothing has happened. When we finally get the right spoils, then we will get paid. But for now, we have to continue as the sacrifices." "When are we going to get paid for the work we did last month, eh? I'm still waiting for that to come in." In time, my friends. For now, we just have to wait for the secondary gods to come relieve us, and then we can go back and cash in. Should have been here by now, but who knows? They're supposed to be here within a 3-day span, so they should be here by the next couple of days or so. Drink some more wine. We'll get dinner in about 3 weeks anyway. Oh, fine. I suppose the lovely will just have to go without it a little bit. But I swear if we don't get the right amount this time, I'm going to go back to that broker, and I'm going to teach him a piece of my mind, eh? I suppose, but be careful. He's still quite dangerous. He doesn't have that much, livestock for no reason. Fine. But I'm going to get paid correctly this time. But I swear, I will shed some more blood. And you hear the rest of them chuckle at that comment. All right, pass me the wine bottle. And then you hear another one chime up. Is it time to play the cards game? Come on. We'll do a triple ante this time. And you hear them all kind of agree together, and you hear the shuffling of cards and the pouring of what looks to be what sounds to be like some liquid into cups.
Which hallway is this from again?
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna shush everybody. Did everybody else hear that, or was that just me?
No, it's just you.
Okay, so I'm gonna inform everybody of the fact that there are 5 people. It sounds like it's coming from what would technically be our left as we were walking through this area. They're talking about being underpaid, overworked, they're just not they're just some fun people. They want to play card games, But it does
Should I
sound
try
like we
casting
walk in on
silence
them,
on
they
them?
might try and smack us around. So, caution. Going over here.
Okay. You guys walk on by.
We're not checking
Here's
on
probably a
the.
good time to say that though I am decent at stealth, I also have disadvantage at it.
You also have a
Okay.
torch out in complete darkness.
Yeah, that's not great. We're
As
gonna be
you
seen.
get to the doorway,
Yeah, I think we're seeing.
you hear like the very end of the conversation, Elena, and you freeze as you see that Ursa takes a step. I would not do that if I were you. As Ursa takes a step forward, but she seems to crouch low past the hallway, and Mox kind of tentatively lowers his head a little bit. All right, Elena, you crouch a little
I still don't
low.
know what gender. I don't know what gender Mox is still. What is Mox?
Pick your favorite. Pick your favorite. It's fine.
They.
I keep
They, them.
Yes.
All any?
Feel free to do any of.
Existence? 42, the meaning of life?
Yes.
Yep.
Do any of. It's fine.
Hell yeah.
Mox, are you good at stealth?
Yes.
should roll that.
No.
Okay.
Who knows?
All right,
I am
Elena,
not.
you crouch low, torch in hand, getting as low as you can. You see Mox does the same thing, but unfortunately you hear it as his armor hits the ground, which looks light. You're like, robes made that noise, but you hear it.
Wait, they're in heavy armor?
Look
What
back
the-
at buddy, like with a huge
How is Mox in
guy
heavy
just
armor?
looking
I
at
don't know.
everyone.
Apparently Mox has heavy armor.
You hear in the
I
distance.
have fucking scale mill.
You hear in the distance. Oh, I hear something. And you all go quietly dead.
How long does it take to ritual cast something again?
10 minutes.
Minimum 10 minutes.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Ah, darn. Okay, silence won't do anything right.
10 minutes
I
plus.
I will push Mox behind me.
I'm wild shaping.
To what?
I'm gonna turn into a cute, adorable ass fluffy black kitty.
Okay. You see Ursa shrink into this cute little black cat, Elena, and as you're standing in the hallway, you hear the voice. You see Mox takes a step past you as you slink forward with your torch out, and you hear some steps coming forward, and then you see a man in some fairly nice. I'm not gonna say bandit-esque, but he has very baggy looking leather or silk pants with a very nice white tunic on that's uh kind of open at the top, not tied. But then he has a nice what looks to be like leather jacket that's also a little bit baggy and wears what looks to be like a red headband on top of him. He's got a little bit of stubble on his face, but it's kind of rough looking. You can tell he doesn't have the genes for a beard. And he sees you and he goes, "Oh, there you are. We've been waiting for you for like, quite a long time. When did you announce your arrival, eh? We've been waiting for so long now. I'm Dimitrov, by the way." And he doesn't notice the black
Can
cat.
you repeat that? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Why did you tell me that you were going to arrive? We've been waiting for you forever. I'm Dimitri, by the way.
His name's Dimitri.
Yes.
Please hold.
I'm sorry?
This is not a character thing. Please hold.
Okay.
Can I?
You know the thing I told you I do every time we met a person and they did a specific thing?
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I rolled a natural 1.
Dude, that's Dimitri. And he seems
That's
really
Dimitri.
fucking friendly, bro.
And he's really friendly and
Like,
he's
in a
very
good way, though.
tired
Like,
and he
in a
has
good way.
job.
Yeah, like, you can tell that, like, from what you heard from Ursa, yeah, he gives off the vibe that, like, bro, he's tired of this shit. He wants to go home. But he seems kind of jovial at the sight of you. You crouching for some reason?
I'm here for a job?
Yes, come. You're supposed to be taking over our guard, remember? To protect the cult's area and make sure that the shrines
okay.
go as correct.
I'm gonna in
All
my
right.
platform. I'm gonna do that big body stretch, like front legs, then going back to the back leg, and then I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna start rubbing all over between his legs and meowing.
Oh, look, it is a cute kitty cat. Is yours? Yes, is this one of your friends or a compatriot of yours?
I can't speak.
Yeah, that's my friend.
Ah, well, she's a very beautiful feline, I must say. Oh, by the way, did you bring any other backup or are you all we're going to get?
There are others. I think.
Oh, great. Well, if you'd like to, they can come in too. We can show you around to the shrine and pretty much where you'll be for a little bit, and we can take you up north to the living quarters so you know where you'll sleep. You do have the handbook, right?
No.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm new.
I know. You're new,
nobody-
I just thought they
nobody's
would have
told
given
me
you at least a
anything about-
starter packet, but nowadays recruitment's getting quite picky about what they want. But trust me, when you work with them, you'll see. You'll get the gift. And as he says that, you notice that he points to his eyes, and when you look at them, his irises are burning a beautiful crimson red.
What do I smell in here?
Ursa, as you saunter in, you see that there are shackles upon the wall, and there are skeletons in all of them. No flesh, no tissue, no meat, nothing rotting. There is dust everywhere, and there's not even clothing on these skeletons. They're just skeletons chilling. And you see there's about the four other men who are all dressed similar to Dimitri, playing cards at the table with some alcohol and other assortment of objects.
I've already rubbed up against all of them. Like, I've already introduced myself as a normal cat would.
They don't really know where you came from, and so they're just like, okay, he found a cat, cool. He probably probably found
I
someone.
said that Ursa was my friend, so I'd assume they think, oh, that must be this new
Yeah, they
person's
definitely
pet.
can hear a little bit of her conversation with them, so they know somebody's here. They're just assuming what he's saying. That, okay, we're getting released because like this is the window of time, and so like you're kind of interacting. They're like, oh, cool, whoever's here's got a cat, I guess. And you walk into the room and you see that there's a passageway that leads south, and then the thing that catches your eye is a beautiful wooden statue of a man that seems to stand tall and proud. And at first you're like, oh, I might know this person, but you don't. Seems to be a rather muscular, large man who wears a very nice set of leather vestments with a long cape with a hood attached to it. You can see in its left hand is what looks to be like a sword, and its outline makes it look like this thing's made out of like energy. It has a weird shape, like it looks like it's jagged or serrated, but it's not sharp. And in fact, the whole thing is made out of like a very dark, thick wood. And you see that there's also in his other hand what looks to be like a spear, just no coloring, nothing like that, just a straight spear. And in fact, there is some pretty good detail in this, and this looks like a tall man who seems to be proud of himself. And you notice that his face is very round.
Okay, well, as any cat would do, I'm going up to it and I'm gonna start sniffing and looking at it.
Hell
It smells
yeah.
like some mahogany.
Not mahogany.
It's mahogany. You get a little bit closer. Like any animal would, you feel like you need to get the fuck away from this. Like your hair raises up, not instinctually, or not like, yes, subconsciously and instinctually, but like you didn't get that sixth sense of, hey, heads up. It was immediate, oh, I need to get the fuck away. And you realize that you had the goosebumps. Heading down to this hallway, you see what looks to be like a stone wall, but something about it's not right. You're not sure. It seems to be moving, but it's made out of stone. And you stop and look at it for a second, closely. Maybe it's just an imagination or a trick on your eyes, but it's not moving. Something about your imagination is making your senses feel off here. Anyway, Elena, back to you. You see that Dimitri says, well, but here is your handbook, so that way you could study the tenets and statutes, as well as the various rules. And you see he hands you about a 500-page book, and on it, this beautiful brown book. It's probably, I want to say, less than a foot, maybe like 10 inches tall, so it's not,
Oh, it's a book.
It's a book. And maybe like an inch or two thick, so it's got a lot of writing in it.
I have the perfect prop for this.
You have props?
Here's a book. And written on this beautiful brown leather book is the wording, the tenets of his children. Specifically with the H and the C being capitalized in his children. And he hands it to you and says, there is everything that you need, including a little bit of a history touch-up in case you forget what our family is about. And I must say, I don't know if I told you at recruitment, but welcome to the family. It is great to see another one of you join the cause.
course. It's no problem.
Now, if you don't mind bringing your friends down here, I can show you quickly where your rooms are, but we urgently would like to all go home.
Okay, all right.
All right, well, follow me, follow me. And he walks in saying, "Fellas, I've got good news!" And they all turn around, and you see this various group of odd-shaped, I guess the best way to say to explain what these men look like, they look like they're from maybe the Middle East or more of like ancient Saudi Arabian kind of like stylization, like light clothing, silk, really nice fine leathers and tough materials of that sort. They have curved swords. All of them have black hair, bandanas of different colors and such. And they look like they come from a gypsy-esque kind of culture. And
They're
Well, don't say
Romani.
that.
very similar
Yeah,
to
that's-
Romani. Like that's like their theme.
The other,
Let's not.
no,
use
okay,
the,
Romani
the-
and the other word are the same thing. It's just that the G word is a slur.
Yeah, let's not use slurs.
Well,
please.
as someone
Yeah.
who's had a grandmother who was one, I get it. I won't use it from now on.
It makes
Okay.
me nervous as somebody who isn't part of that group to use that word. So can we not?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, I understand if people who are part of like the Romani use that word. Okay, fine. I'm not one of those people. I don't want to say a slur.
That's fair.
Let's go with wanderer.
Nomad. Nomad's
A
good.
nomad.
Oh, the Cumans are a really good example, but like they're not well known. That's the problem.
Wait, hold on. Wait, let me look them
Because
up.
Cumans are actually like it's an entire culture.
Oh yeah, I remember.
They're Turkic, no Turkish. The fuck,
They're
Google?
Turkish.
Turkish.
Yeah, Turkish. They
Turks.
came from the Eurasian steppes, medieval Eastern Europe. Part of Hungary. You get the vibe. They're travelers, right? And or not Ursa, sorry. Well, I guess yeah, Ursa at this point you would see. But he greets you guys in and says that I just fucking word scrambled. I totally forgot my train of thought. He says, friends, our friends that are coming from the rest of the family are finally here to take over for us. Our watch is over. We can finally go home for a while. And you see that they all cheer in unison as you guys come into the room and you all look around and see what's in here. You see Dimitri still talking to Elena, which now has Ursa on her, and he says, well, the handbook will have everything you need. I do have to give you some instructions, and he hands you another paper, and it's like a normal letter stamped with red wax to keep it closed. And he hands it to you and says, just open it whenever you're ready for the first sacrifice, and it'll pretty much tell you everything. Other than that, I will show you to the rooms, and me and my friends, we will collect our things from there, and then Durst house is yours. At least for,
Alright.
just a month or two.
Okay.
Perfecto. And he's pretty much just gonna, like, say hello to everybody as he walks by, guiding, Elena, and he's gonna, like, for the most part, just be quick about it and continue on. He's not in, a rush, but you could definitely tell that he's trying to be as efficient as he can. So, you got any questions, miss? I didn't catch your name.
You can call me Elena. Most people do.
Oh, Elena. It's a
No,
pretty name.
I'm sure any questions I have, we could find in the handbook, and I wouldn't want to waste your time.
Ah, perfect. It looks like you're a pretty good, smart one, a scholarly type. Oh, and don't worry. Whenever you get the opportunity to, we will make sure that your proper vision comes into play. I noticed that you need a torch to see.
Yeah.
I'm popping a tangle.
you are in your cat form. You can't cast spells while you're wild.
Please,
Yeah,
please
that's why I'm
don't cause a
over
please
here.
don't cause a fight. Please don't cause a fight. Oh my
I
god.
would say
please
don't do
cause a
that,
fight.
as they are all about to leave the building entirely. Like,
Yeah,
give it
yeah,
5
we convinced
minutes.
them to leave the building. Please don't cause a fight.
This is not the fight you want to fight right now.
Especially since I'm pretty sure they're all vampires or vampire spawn, and I don't want to fight vampires or vampire spawn. Especially
Fine,
since I know
we're
them
just
straight
gonna
up.
deal with it later.
Anyway, the bandit brings you to the
Later I'll
living
have
quarters
smite.
and says to you, as he points out towards the rooms, they are all yours and ready to go whenever you need them. And you can see that, like at this point, the other I wanted to call them humans is weird. The other Vistani seem to say hello to you guys, and they greet your they just give you first names and greet you and says like welcome to the family. I hope you guys enjoy it. You know, we'll be fed every month. You guys will not have to worry about pretty much anything, but unfortunately they are homesick people and travelers, so you know, being in one area is just a little too much for them, but they appreciate you guys and they can't wait to see you guys in the future. And they continue on, and at this point, Elena, you would see a couple of them coming, like, get their things and such. And while they're doing that, he's going to turn to you and say, all right, one thing I have to warn you about is at a certain time of day, when it is finally dusk, at the end of the day, you know, you have to make sure that you bring down some food. And he points towards the hallway behind him that leads to a staircase, where you got that smell from. He says, there will be a well. You need to put the food into the bottom of the well, all the way down to the bottom, where it reaches the water. That will satiate the creatures, and you will be able to rest peacefully for at least a few days. But it must be a reasonable meal. It cannot be no rabbit or small game. I would say start with, mortals, but it's a bit too much for them. It puts them into a frenzy and awakens the parents. You get my shift. Anyway, remember, every 3 days, try to feed it some reasonable creature. You know, maybe like a boar or a small deer, or buy some food. I don't really know
Big
what's
game?
I mean,
I should
no,
feed
you don't
big
want
game?
to overfeed. Overfeed will cause frenzy. And then you have bigger issue.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Oh, and one more thing. When you meet Loakoth for the first time, do not look him in the eye.
Okay.
Now that everything is all good to go, and you're gonna see that the rest of the Vistani are gonna get their things and they're gonna wave goodbye to you and wish you good luck. He says, I must be off now. I wish you all of the best of luck, and I hope your hunts were a bit more successful than what we could find. You know, we got a couple of living ones here and there, but the rest was still soulless. But who knows? We will get lucky out next week. Anyway, good luck, Elena. I hope you have great tidings. And he heads on out.
Okay, all of that was extremely concerning.
I'm gonna give you can take your time to get back to the group. You guys can pretty much take a second. I would say do not continue south down the hallway, please. And other than that, I will be right back.
You bet.
That was certainly a
That-
terrible time.
Was something?
We're comfy now.
Well, I guess I have a book that details all of their dealings here now. That's good, right?
Would you be willing to part with it?
Sure, you can have it. I'm not really much for, well, books.
Maybe fine. Actually, we can trade. Here you go. And most of the time use this because I actually don't have any use for them.
You are very
Holy-
strange.
You are
You are
breaking
breaking
up really bad.
so
You are a
much.
robot.
Oh, worse than a robot. A
Sorry,
robot
let me
caught in
figure it
like a meat grinder.
Yeah.
Say something now.
If you want the book.
Well, why a meat grinder? Wouldn't it just be a regular grinder?
I don't
Meat
know.
both.
Meat grinder just came to me because that's what this place seemingly is.
Yeah, you can't use like meat in a mortar and pestle style grinder.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Wood grinder.
Yeah. Sorry.
It doesn't.
Is it better now?
Yes.
It's a little bit better, yeah.
Better.
I need to get my microphone fixed for real.
Who you?
I'm sorry. Anyways, Mox wanted to hand you the scrolls. Because she has no use for them.
I
And
will
you're doing
pass the massive 10-inch book to the little goblin.
Please and thank you.
That's great.
All right, Goblin. Would you like to know what the contents of this book are?
If we can sit for a few minutes, I have a lot of reading to do,
Yeah.
actually.
I mean, okay, so realistically, to kind of summarize everything that happened, you guys walked around a little bit, got some bearings. You found the family crypt. You guys are correct on that. Resting place. You could assume that it is the resting place for the children. Like the family inherently built one for the entire family. So you can assume, yeah, like I said, you can assume that's the resting place. You guys know about the living quarters. Like pretty much you guys get the same description that I gave Ursa. This place has a lot of skeletons in it, hung up by chains, just a full body skeleton of some mortal. There's a table with about 5 chairs in the middle surrounding it. It's pretty bare now. There's some empty cups and maybe like some silverware lying on a chair or a little box somewhere. But this room seems to be mostly bare, just kind of where they were hanging out. And you do see this statue just kind of chilling here. So you guys can go ahead and have a couple of minutes, and let me get that book for you.
Right. Mox is just gonna plop down on the table, assuming there's a table since we're playing cards. I'm just gonna drop the book, drop the portfolios, drop the books from the library, everything. I'm just gonna start pouring over them.
Okay. So, would you like to start with the books from the library, or would you like to start with the new books?
I actually wanna start with the yellow parcel from the
yellow
library.
parcel. You open this yellow parcel and you find inside what appears to be a set of keys. Let me go back to something real quick. I have this in my. I just gotta find my notes real quick. That's gonna be. Okay, you're gonna find a key, an old rusty key. You're not quite sure where it goes to, but it doesn't look like a key that comes from your time. It's rather intricate. And you see inside this parcel 3 different pieces of paper that are deeds, one to a house and 2 individual windmills. You see that one of them is stated as the Durst family house and is signed to Emily and Gustav Durst. You can also see that there is a will written by the pretty much that states that if the parents were to die, all of their wealth would be given to Rose and Thorn split evenly. And what else is there? I think
Because fuck the third kid, right?
I mean,
I
Still
think
more.
Walter would have been born at this point because Walter was an infant.
you
True.
will
Also,
see.
isn't Walter like an affair child?
yeah.
And also Walter was stillborn, I think.
That
You also see a note.
that is a confusing thing.
And
Oh yeah, I did forget that.
you see a note inside the parcel and grab it as well, taking a good look over it, and it's one singular page, and it looks to be handwritten, almost with like an elven accent to the stylization. and it seems to be a confession letter of love. There's no names. It just starts with what is it? The letter G with a little dash mark at the top, and at the very bottom you see it's the dash mark and then the letter E. And for the most part, it's pretty standard. Hey, we're hiding a secret. I love you. I want to be with you forever and ever. And then as you get to the very end, you see written underneath the initial E just one little line of text. It says, "We will never have what we truly want in this world, so we need to settle what we have already."
Looks to be alright. Clearly the letter of an affair. Anyway, pop everything back into the
A little
portal. Just
robot
gonna
in
sit
there.
inside.
I can't hear you.
Sorry. The portal.
It's
Look
still
around it.
happening.
Oh, it's so bad.
Wah, 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 wah.
Hello. Is it better right now?
No.
Not really, but it was more understandable because you spoke slower.
Yes. I'm gonna be right back so I can grab food.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi. It seems to be good.
Alright. Better. Mox is gonna set everything aside and pocket the key and just grab the parcel and put it back in her bag. She's gonna move on to the big book.
The big book. On it
Yeah.
says the tenets and statutes of his children in the beautiful brown leather book with gold etching on it. And as you open it, you pour over it for a couple minutes, and I'm going to give you the very basic summary of what it says. Let's see. The statutes are as follow. A member of the family will not speak ill of Sergei. A member of the family will not speak of his brother. A member of the family will not speak ill of Tatiana. A member of the family will not strike, nor deceive, nor attempt to destroy another member of the family. A member of the family will not allow living souls to interfere with the existence of Barovia. A member of the family will always listen to their father's will and will enact the appropriate justice upon Barovia. A member of the family will not stop their mission to release our Dark Lord from his prison. And then as you pour through more of it, you see a long line of history and you begin to read it. And for the most part, the first few hundred pages are the basic story of what you guys know of Curse of Strahd, like technically, like IRL, right? Like out of game, like what you know of, like, okay, he got a dark power after fighting for his people. He came back. His brother and lover were now together, and he sought revenge, and all that. Like that story is what you were told. Then it has another story that it likes that it or another chapter that it has. And after that first chapter ends, it starts out with the curse of Strahd. And then you see the second one starts out with the story of Sergei. And in summary, Sergei von Zverovich was the younger brother of Strahd von Zverovich, who was once a cunning and vile master of Barovia. But one day, Strahd's reign was no more. It is said that Sergei took a blade with the power of the sun into his hands and struck his brother down. Accompanied by heroes lost to time, Sergei took the power into his own hands and found his love once again and claimed what was rightfully his. Spent the next 50 years with Tatiana trying to find a solution to the powers that he gained. He was unable to. And one night, the moon filled with a bright crimson glow and drowned the land in a red as pure as blood itself. It is said that this night became the night when Sergei became the Dark Lord and thrust his vile power upon the lands. Those that opposed him and still sought his downfall were turned to ash by morning. A plague swept across many towns in Barovia, and inflicted them with what is known as the Crimson Plague. By morning, those that were afflicted began to praise Sergei for the gifts that they were bestowed. They called themselves his children. They saw the power that coursed through their veins, the strength that they held, the agility that it brought, the dexterity. But unfortunately, this gift came with cost. Every every woman that was afflicted, including Tatiana, died when that next morning came. It killed roughly 80% of the entire population of women that once lived in Barovia with no discrimination. The event became known as the First Crimson Moon, and is now a traditional holiday to mourn the lives of the women that perished and pay homage to their souls, as well as the lives of women that continue to live in Barovia. Thankfully, however, the population has shifted considerably, with a ratio of 6 women for every 1 man. Now, our lord has been rumored to be in his castle, Castle Ravenloft, a beautiful fortress of a castle that is said to be locked away by a seal created by Sergei himself to keep his powers at bay and away from the rest of Barovia. Although no one has been able to confirm his existence, as he has not been seen in over 150 years. Now, as his children, we control the power in Barovia and make sure that no more living souls disrupt Barovia. And I'll go ahead
So
and
we're
post that in
fighting
general.
Sergei, not Strahd. Lovely.
Not necessarily, but probably. Alright. Reading the book, Mox would probably read it out loud, most of what he read. And then, actually, it did say something about a sacrifice as well, no?
Yes.
I will check that just in case.
Okay, so you look at the instructions and you see that the instructions tell you something very quite simple. It says that once a week you are supposed to take a living soul down to the basement, which can be accessed via a staircase on the east or western side, west of the what is this room called? The shrine room. West of the shrine room. You take the stairs down to the basement, where you'll take a sacrifice of some mortal being, preferably a living soul, but soulless is fine. And you will then sacrifice them upon the altar. And once the sacrifice has been made, the power that lays and constrains the town of Barovia will remain. If the sacrifice is not completed, or if it's disrupted, the fog will falter, dissipate, and the control of the village of Barovia will be lost to the children.
To the children. Okay. Wait, so the children will be the
Sorry, I meant to say his children.
The Vastani.
okay. That makes more sense.
I knew I worded that weird.
Well, Mox is gonna like that as well. And just say, I do not think anyone wants to be a sacrifice, but does anyone have any capacity to summon mortal creatures? Just in case? I don't think Batty will help.
Even if
Technically,
I
I think.
could, I wouldn't want to.
I don't think we are gonna be making any sacrifices. I kinda want the fog to go away.
Fair
I don't know
enough.
about you, but it makes me feel weird.
Yeah, problem is, I don't think. Forget anything. I just like to be prepared. Moving on to the last 2 books. The Necromancy one and the Fiend Summoning one.
Okay. They seem to be rather simple books on summoning. So that you've definitely have read some of them before. has the basic outlines on how to perform specific rituals, what items work for what demon, or like what symbols work best. And it seems kind of dated. Like you already really know this. Like this is not new to you. Like this is elementary compared to what level you're already at.
Interesting.
And when you check the date on this book, you see that it's dated. It would have been 1336 when you guys are in this Forgotten Realms. It was dated for 17.
17? Like
So
17.
it's like
17.
over 1,000 years old.
Over
Holy
1,000 years
moly.
old.
Okay, the information here is probably not that much worth it, but this is from the year 76. This is 1,000 years old. This is fine. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna show it to the Ministry of Waterdeep, and I'm gonna be famous or something. I don't know. This might. Anyways, entry parcel. I'm ready to move on if you would like. I have everything I need.
What would the rest of the group be doing while he is, or while she's poring over these books?
Aside from having a panic attack in the corner, sharpening my sword.
Okay, you like singing a lullaby. You're like singing a lullaby, like on cue to each like sharpen.
Well, I think I'd be quiet, but yeah, this is stress relief for me.
I'm gonna paw in the general direction of this door again.
Are you still in cat form? Are you still a cat? Okay, you walk over back to the wall. That
I'm
gives you
gonna
that
paw
weird
at
feeling.
Brennan. And then I'm gonna look at the door and I'm gonna growl.
You're gonna what?
I'm then gonna look over at Grennan
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna look back at the door and then I'm gonna growl in the general direction of the door.
Okay. Okay. Grennan, I think that's your cue.
Me and cat.
Mew and cat. They just got back. What do you mean? Oh, for goats. For goats. Why did you pick Grennan? What the fuck?
Brennan?
Grennan's gone for goats, so she picked the wrong person. She picked you, Elena.
Oh, right.
I'm back.
Oh.
Sorry, the
No,
fucking
you're good. You're
chickens
good.
took a minute.
I saw the message. I just forgot about it.
I mean, I have already been growled at and then growled the door id, so.
I could growl too.
Anyway,
Should I bust down the
I'll
door?
join in.
Grennan, you see that Ursa growls at this weird stone-like door.
I'm gonna walk past her. I'm gonna smash the door. With
Okay. One second. I was not expecting this.
Are we killing doors now?
I think we are.
I
That
mean,
sucks.
to be
I
fair,
love door
we are a
murder.
D&D party. The ultimate obstacle is, in fact, the door.
My god.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Specifically an unlocked one, too.
Oh yeah.
I saw a person growling at the door. I figured smash it in.
We are such a stereotypical D&D party. We are fighting a door.
Yeah, you
But
guys
that's
already
not
got
fun. That's like the
confused
fun
by the door
part.
once today. What the heck? Why aren't you doing the thing? Okay.
Whoa.
Do 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 do. 12 is gonna hit and hurt it. That's faux damn sure. And let's see. Yeah, you guys don't
How
know
can
this,
we
but
hurt the door?
doors actually do have health. You guys don't know this, but technically every object
but
has
you'd
an
be-
AC and health.
Yeah, you'd be calling it damaged, not hurt, because it's not alive, unless it was alive.
And
in
as you
which case,
swing your weapon into this creature, you see that what is it, a mace?
A warhammer. Yeah.
Your warhammer slams into it, and you feel the force of you feel all your strength and inertia course through your hammer, and it feels like you're hitting flesh. As your warhammer sinks into it, you hear a as you see what look to be like teeth come out of the edge of the doorway, and you guys, Ursa and Grennan, you see now in front of you, this door has become what looks to be like a mouth, as a very sticky
Door
tongue
mimic.
is now wrapped around your hammer. This is a door mimic, and you are currently
Oh my god, you actually did it.
you are considered in grapple with this creature, my friends. So you are going to unfortunately take no damage as you see that it's another tongue zips past and tries to aim for your face, and as you dodge it, you see that acid kind of drops and comes off of the tongue, missing you completely. And you feel it holding sturdily on to your weapon. I am not going to initiate combat because this creature cannot move.
Oh.
Just fire bolt it or something until it dies.
I have a better idea. Mimics, they are like alive, right?
Oh yeah, they're living creatures.
Can I cast command and tell it to grovel?
Oh my god.
I don't know if it's capable
No,
of that.
it does not understand any language that you know. So as you yell at it to command it, you get the sense that this thing does not understand you. It's just your words are returned with I have this mouth door.
Anyway, I would still like to use Thorn Whip.
Doesn't that spell pull things?
Yeah. I want
you
to
have
wrap
to-
my thorn.
You have to make a melee spell attack against it, my dear. I really love when you read your spells before you cast them. That's my favorite part.
I try to read mine.
No, I know. Like, I don't care if you guys have a question about the spell. Just make sure you know what it does. Yeah, you miss. In fact, you
Fuck.
grab onto Grennan's weapon instead. And as you try to tug back, you feel that this tongue is not letting go. In fact, you see some of the acid coming off of the tongue seems to make like a web-like substance attaching itself to this warhammer.
Hey, can we get some help over here?
I'm not sure
The
if hitting it
stupid
with
door
the
is
sword would
eating
be
my
pertinent.
hammer.
Pretty cramped.
Yeah, it's eating our weapons. I'm not sure if we should. I'm not
Okay,
sure if
but
we should
it
feed it
has
more weapons.
Grennan. I'm not just gonna stop. It's gonna fucking eat Grennan.
I mean, okay. I can't really go in. You're in the way.
You're in cat form. Wait, hold on. Yeah, no, hold on. Oh, okay, cool. We didn't hear anything you just said, Mox. Your mic is killing itself.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Alright, Elena. As you look into this doorway, you see a mouth, a door with teeth, and it looks like a mouth. And its tongue is got this weird green webbing like liquid fluid thing. You know what I mean? Stuck to this little warhammer that Grennan's currently trying to wrestle out of its tongue. The door doesn't
I
seem to
stick my
move.
torch on it.
Oh,
I stick my torch on it.
as you do, you see it's you hear the sizzling of the burn on its tongue, and you see that immediately the liquid that was holding onto your warhammer, immediately just gets lit ablaze, and it lets out a painful screech, and its tongue lets go and like flails out, and it burns up and shrivels into this little black or little leg or like limb, pretty much. And you see that the door then closes its teeth, and the door becomes entirely made out of stone. When you look at it, it is still as stone. It does not look like this door will move anymore.
No? Well, at least no one got.
Well, now we can beat it up again.
What would you guys like to do?
I think I'm
Wanna
going to
go through the door?
back up.
Can't believe my people are finding a fucking door right now. That door they could just literally avoid. Are you doing anything to it, Ursa?
I'm contemplating on opening the door.
You could-
Because I want to know what's behind
Didn't it turn to stone, so it wasn't able to.
Yeah, it looks pretty stone hard. Would you like to try to?
Yeah.
You push on the door and it doesn't budge. It seems lifeless, cold as stone to touch.
So I can't, like, brute force my way through this?
Roll me a strength ability check. No, it ain't budging.
Well, that sucks.
Wait.
Okay, what would you guys like to do?
I mean, I think we're
Are we
supposed to put
sticking
the
with-
children to rest, right? Maybe we should put the children to rest.
Oh, wait, yeah, aren't there rooms down here? Like, it's a weird interpretation, but like, this is where they sleep.
Would you
If
like
I
to put
remember
the
right. Am I
children's bodies into the coffins?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
Okay.
We haven't cleared this floor yet.
We were told that there are creatures in the well, and I don't really wanna fight the creatures in the well.
Okay, but how do you suspect we are gonna end up putting the kids to rest when I'm pretty sure the Valaki guy hinted about some creature being the parents of the kids or something?
We should kill them.
Valaki was never mentioned.
Murder! Yay!
I know, but you said Valaki. Anyway,
Yeah, so, I mean, if you want, we can, like, go and get the bodies and bring them down, but I don't think that's gonna be the thing that actually puts them to rest.
I mean, sure, but I also don't want to have to go back up and put them back down, in case we have to fight something and it's too strong for us and we have to retreat.
I agree.
so what are we doing?
So best to put the children to rest now while it's still relatively peaceful.
Yeah. I think that makes sense.
Okay, you guys spend the next 30 minutes. You go back up. You go get the bodies. Bring them down peacefully. You lay them into their coffins, and you put yeah, you put their bodies into the coffins and put them in their rightful little bed, and you put the little orange teddy bear that Thorn was holding onto in his coffin, and
I'll put the doll that I have in Rose's.
okay. And as you guys take a step back from the coffins, the lid's not quite on them yet. You see the ghost of both of them rise from, well, pretty much through the coffin, and they both look to be happy, or at least peaceful. Much more content looks on their faces. And they say to you, "Thank you for putting us back to rest, where Mother and Father really, truly wanted us to go." As you can see,
no problem.
an ill fate fell upon our family. A creature was summoned by a cult, and that is why we were unable to speak to you the way we wanted. That is why everything in this house is the way that it is. And you see that Thorn gives a shy little wave to you all, and Rose looks down and smiles at him, and then looks back at you both, or back at you all, and says, "Farewell. We hope to see you on the other side someday, and may your souls escape this land." And then you see them both walk off into the ceiling and disappear. You guys then see the coffin's lids peacefully float and then land on top of the coffins, and you guys hear a chuk, chuk, as they seem to lock into place. And with that, you all get an inspiration point.
Oh yeah.
Yay.
What would you like to do after that? Where are you guys gonna go? You guys gonna go back down to the basement?
I think we should south over here. That's pretty good.
Say that one more time. Just a little bit louder, please.
Sorry, I had burned my mouth. I think probably we should go south, like right over here.
Okay.
Anyone disagree, or?
I don't think so.
Sorry, I'm eating. I'm fine with that.
Okay, Grennan.
I'll follow.
We head south down the junction, and you see that it kind of leads to there's a weird little turn in the hallway, and then opens up into a larger room. This is going to be. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, I see. Okay. This room seems pretty simple, pretty basic. There's a chandelier suspended above the table in the middle of the room, with two high-backed chairs that flank it, with both having an empty clay jug and two clay flagons atop of the table. You can see that there are iron candlesticks standing in two corners. There are candles long since melted away, and you recognize the wall over here. And this room seems to lead to what looks like some sort of bedroom.
Oh, interesting. I want to take a step forward into the.
Okay, as you take a step in, the vibe and everything changes. You get a slight set of like a slight panic attack, not a shiver, not like a chill down your back, like a miniature panic attack. Your breathing struggles a little bit. Your brain begins to start racing through thoughts, and you get this feeling like you're almost falling, like vertigo for just a split second, and then slowly start to get this sense of something rotten, like it's coming from the walls. And Elena, this is probably almost as disgusting of a smell as what you smelled earlier. It's pretty equivalent. But you do get the actual stench of something rotting nearby.
Something here is rotting.
It's in the walls.
I wouldn't be surprised if it were.
Ursa, you recognize that mimic door led to this room from the shrine room. But other than that, it doesn't look like anyone's been in this room. You don't even think that the Vistani have really come in this area. For some reason, there's quite a lot of fucking dust here.
I don't think anybody's been in this room in a while. Not even the Vistani.
No.
Oh, but the dead room.
What would you guys like to do?
Well, can I check see if there's anything else interesting in this room other than the stench of the body?
What are you gonna check?
Like the bed and dresser?
Yeah, roll me investigation. It looks like it hasn't been touched in a while. There's quite a pretty considerable amount of layers of dust on the object. The bed looks to be neatly made, though. Maybe somebody might have slept on it, but they never, messed with the covers themselves. So it looks relatively clean. The closet's empty. There's 2 more candlesticks in the corners. They both are missing their candles. And there's an empty box as well. It looks like it just has a pile of fucking wood in it. It's got cobwebs and all kinds of creepy crawlies all over it. Little insects and such. But other than that, it's a rather bare room, but this stench of fucking, like, rotten corpse is like it's right under your nose.
What is this?
A box of wood that I just described?
Oh.
Yeah.
Can I crouch down and see if there's anything under the bed?
Yeah, there's nothing there. In fact, it's just wood bracing. You assume that it's probably got some sort of, like, wood frame that is a solid block of wood.
Can I use my nose to try and, like, smell and or trail where the bad, decaying smell is coming from?
This room, you just don't know specifically where. It's that overwhelming.
I'm gonna smash the wall behind me with my work.
Is this a sacrificial room?
Alright, Grennan.
No, I think that's the well room.
I don't think you would sacrifice a whole room. That seems a bit much.
No, I'm not talking
No,
about
like the room where
actual-
they make the sacrifice.
Yeah.
But I think that's the well room, because they said throw stuff down the well.
You slam your warhammer into this wall, hoping that hopefully this one is not fleshy. And it's not. It is made out of rough clay and stone, and you break at it, and then you hit it again, and you see that it cracks. And then as it cracks, a chunk of it falls out, and you see standing in front of you a corpse that looks familiar. And then it takes a second, and you recognize it. This is the mother in the paintings of the Durst family. But old, rotten, and notably, you can only see her face. But you could tell she's not wearing clothing, and she has black liquid completely coating her mouth, running down her chest. Her eyes closed. Her hair seems to be completely gone, maybe a few strands left. And other than that, you can't really get a good look at what the rest of her body looks like.
This place is
And as soon as you crack that open,
filth.
you guys see like 12 different flies come buzzing out, and this horrid stench of fresh death seeps into the room. It overwhelms everybody's senses besides Mox and Coda. But y'all do smell the scent, or smell the scent. You're like, whoa, something just died.
I think we should leave soon.
Not even a reaction to that.
I'm not sure if we really should, because I feel like if we don't do something about this, the cult is just gonna come back and keep feeding things to whatever's down here.
I mean, this room in particular. Yes, it could hold.
Again, what are we doing, guys? Which is crazy. 5 people and nobody wants to talk.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to interact with her, but I don't know if it's a good idea.
I'll prepare an
I'm into
action
the
to
room.
throw something at her or something if you want.
What would you like your action to be, Elena?
This is just if Ursa wants to do something.
I do want to do something.
Well, I can, like, hold an action to pull you back or to hit her with my sword or something.
What would you like the trigger to be?
Whatever Ursa wants to do, I will react if she wants me to do something.
Okay. Ursa, what are you trying to do? You gonna go over and inspect
I'm
it?
going to walk over here,
Mhm.
and I do want to inspect her at first. Like, actually just try and get,
Okay.
like, a good look at
You're
her.
gonna need to break a bigger hole to at least get your head in there. Because right now you're just like looking through a little peephole. It's maybe the size of a baseball.
Okay, so can I just, like, fucking pull it toward me instead?
Yeah, give me a strength check. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you managed to break some of it. At first, you can tell this is tough material, but it's not very well mixed, and so it's not getting the best properties that it could structurally. And so you're able to break it away, and you do indeed see Elizabeth Durst, and she's unfortunately completely naked and dead. But you can see that she has black liquid running down her chest. Notably, her hands and her feet are pitch black and seem to fade to the pale skin color that she has by the time it reaches her wrists and her ankles. You can see jagged, sharp claws on all of her in replacements where her nails would be. Lifeless body stands before you. Stench continues to waft out. And then you notice something. This is not Elizabeth Durst.
How do I know it's not Elizabeth Durst?
Elizabeth Durst does not have a birthmark on her neck.
Oh. Was this the mom? The other Elizabeth?
The nursemaid? Possibly
Yeah.
so. You take a second and you recall back to the body that you saw in that trunk. And you'll recognize that the blade that was used was also a blade that was worn by the father in the family portrait. Had the same hilt and everything on his side.
Oh, so we have a killer. So he killed both of them.
Have you found the other body yet? That's all I will say. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Well. Oh wait, no, yeah. I was gonna say we met the other mother earlier, but that was the
Ghost.
nursemaid.
Yeah, and Ghost.
Yeah. Well, same difference. I mean, it would be the same person, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but like the only reason I'm able to recognize her here is because we met her as a ghost before.
Yeah, I just confused the two.
Can I see if, let's say I start randomly snapping around her. Let's see if there's any reaction.
I will hold
Nothing.
my action to attack in case she comes alive.
Nothing seems to stir. Lifeless. You guys hear quiet snapping in the dark or in the silence. Creature, stop! Roll me an investigation check. Because I assume you're gonna actually try to get an idea what you're working with.
Yeah.
She does not look like she's been killed recently, and you don't see any visible scars. Other than the strange birthmark. You don't notice any other marks on her. But you do see laying next to her feet is a bottle that is laid over, no lid,
Other one?
and a small amount of black liquid remains in it. Maybe a teaspoon. It looks dust covered and old. You can see that there are insects that have unfortunately fallen victim to the liquid, as this now hard substance has the carcass of 20 various different insects, from spiders to flies, centipedes, and everything in between.
Spiders aren't insects. They are
You're
bugs,
correct.
Okay, is the vial still like put together? Is it not broken? Is there like a cap anywhere that I can see? I have an herbalism kit. Would I have what comes in an herbalism kit?
Order and pestle usually comes with a few vials, an herb pouch, and a few obviously books and such on common plants. I think that's about it.
Okay, so
You can make
can I
like
see if
poultices
I
and herbalum and
can
use.
can I take one of my stoppers out of one of my vials and put it in that vial?
Yeah, it fits.
Okay, I'm gonna put that in my kit. I'm gonna put my kit away, and then I'm going to try and poke her gently.
Okay.
Not on an area that has black liquid coming out of it and or on it.
Okay, we'll put the vial
Speaking
of
of
black
which, what
liquid
are
in
her
your
claws?
inventory. What did you say?
What are her claws? Do they look like the claws of like an undead creature that I would have seen before?
Like really long nails. Not a specific creatures. But definitely not normal nails, you know what I mean? Like Sabretooth, like the superhero saber, or the supervillain Sabretooth, like how he just grows his really long, like that.
Okay. Yeah, no,
You
that's creepy.
you poke her body, and as you do, you just feel the squish of a dead body. You see your imprint of your finger in her flesh as you pull it back, and you hear just a tiny little squeak. The dead body. Looks.
Lay her to rest, but I also don't want to like get gross.
Give me a medicine check. How well do you think you could handle the body in its... Or, well, let's see if you can get a good idea of whether or not this body could be moved. Yes, it could be moved, but it has to be done very carefully and probably not by just one person. You assume this thing's been here for... Well, probably about the same year that letter was dated for. You don't really know what will happen if you touch an untreated body like that. But it does strike you weird that it's not decayed yet.
I am 90% sure that this is like a ghoul or something.
I kind of want to lay her to rest, you guys, but I don't think this is a one-person job, and it's gonna be really.
We don't know where to
difficult
put
do
her
it.
either. Cause if she's not Elizabeth Durst, like where do we put her?
True. You didn't think about that. Yeah.
I mean, if worst comes to worst, could we just bury her? We could do like a ceremony at some point or something.
I don't know if any of us are religiously ordained.
I mean, we got a
Cleric.
out of character. We have a cleric and a paladin, don't we?
Yeah, but she's not religiously ordained like that. She doesn't.
I am not a religious
Correct, but she's
paladin,
not
and I'm
religiously
not-
ordained. She doesn't have
Yeah,
holy magic.
And I
I'm
am
more
not
just like a
sure...
soul.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if
Oh.
the customs that our cleric has are the same customs that these people would use.
Correct. You don't know their customs. I can't give you any more information on that, unfortunately. But what I can say is that, what I will say is that, you do not have any, what's the word I'm looking for? Traditionally ordained, holy paladins or clerics amongst you. They are very much will and conviction based. So think more about doing good for the sake of good, and more like rules are meant to be used, obviously, to be followed. But if you gotta bend them, sometimes you gotta bend them, as long as it's always in the
You gotta
sake
bend
of
them.
good. Like, sorry, I didn't want to kill this bandit, but he literally shot back first. So like, or like, I didn't want to attack this person in
Okay.
the
So
church.
then,
but-
isn't it literally just the intention that counts? So then we could still just bury her and do our own kind of ceremony anyway, as a
out of
sending off?
game, you
It's
can
not
assume
always
that.
intention.
In game, okay, well, in game you can assume that. Out of game, correct, because technically, you burying someone in your culture would not be fulfilling the way that, or like whatever they asked, or however they asked to die, or whatever culture they followed. Like, I wouldn't give a Native American a Viking funeral, right? And you got to think
Correct.
about
Unless
this.
they
You're
asked for it.
also from a different world, so you don't know what would be seen as a sign of disrespect or respect in terms of like life and death. Yes, there is like a basic morality of don't desecrate a body, don't do blah blah blah. But when it
Right,
comes
but
to like,
thinking about it from Ursa's brain, she's like, okay, well, easy enough. We just bury her.
yeah,
right?
so Ursula's not
Didn't
going
we
to
hear church bells?
understand.
We heard church bells, didn't we, earlier?
You did in the village of Barovia,
We can
yeah.
just take the body to the church, and the church will know what to do. We
Well,
have to
what
take the body to the church.
Anyway, back on the topic. Ursula does not know what would be cultural, or sorry, Ursa. Throw a couple
Ursula.
extra letters in there. Sorry, it's like the same name. It's too bear related. Anyway, Ursa does not know what their customs are, so natural instinct wise, yes, we should bury the creature because the creature is now dead and give it back to the world, and that's probably culturally okay. Yeah, you ain't feeling that feeling, that nature, that druidic. Yeah, that ain't there anymore, and so now you're kind of getting a little feeling of like, wait a second, I don't actually know if I should bury this person.
I don't know what to do in this situation. I'm at a crossroads. I honestly think I'm just gonna go over here.
All right, Coda, what would you like to do? What would you like to go interact with?
If we're worrying about brain, I feel like we just should though, right? Because okay, like even if it's disrespectful in their culture, wouldn't it be better than leaving them to rot anyways and showing them respect from our culture?
I'll tell you as DM that I am not going to punish you if you guys want to simply bury them. Because this body is a very special case. I can't say
I
anything
feel
else.
like we should then.
Def not. She did not deserve that. I think we should just bury her. I think that's the closest we're gonna get to actually laying her to rest, to be honest.
There's literally a church within, like...
Yeah, but we can't
walking
carry
distance
her.
from here.
Where? You're gonna walk all the way over there with a body that's literally falling apart?
I mean, we can go get the priest or something.
You
I'm
want
sure
the
they have
priest to come
people
in
for
this
this.
house.
We take her out of the house and we ask the priest to, like,
So
do
at that point,
whatever
when she's
priest
already
we
out of the
like.
house, why don't we just bury her and then bring the priest back?
Because we don't know if they actually want to be buried. What if they want to be cremated?
How are we gonna cremate her?
I have a
You
torch.
just burn her. No, like literally just burn her. The cremation is just burning. You ain't gotta be like, well, how do I cremate? Burn her. Churches will know how to dispose of bodies. Like that is a thing that has been going on for thousands of years.
I don't care. Either
That's
way, all I
okay.
know
There's
is that we have
literally
to
a
literally
church
take
right
her
there.
out.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask the party again. What are we doing? We need to come to
I
a
need
decision.
help carrying this body out. I don't care where we put it or what we do with it at this point. I just need help carrying the body out.
Yeah, sure. We'll carry the body out.
Great jerk.
We'll figure it out.
Fuck off. Okay. Ursa and Elena, you guys break down the rest of the wall. Gingerly prepare. Maybe you take the blanket or something, something that could be laid out, and then kind of roll her body up, or cover it up safely, the best of your abilities, and you guys make the trek through the little, dare I say, hideout, or at least the first floor of the basement. Going up the cramped, narrow staircase that is the entrance here. You guys finally get back through and making your way down. Trying to remember. Yep, there's doors on the first. This entrance to the hideout, or this little hiding places on the first floor. So you guys wouldn't pass Archibald, but you do take the body out and get out to the road of Barovia, and you still do see that dense fog that lays about. What are you gonna do with the body once you get out here? And is the rest of the party gonna join you?
I assumed we were just
join.
gonna lay her down.
Like kind of on the porch.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. All right. Are you gonna come back down?
Might as well.
Okay. And you guys return back. You guys may now roam to your consent. I mean, I'll tell you when to stop realistically.
Oh, just roaming?
Yeah. I'll let you know when something happens.
Where would we like to go? Where is there to roam?
Just
We have
just
an
go.
entire space.
Go to a room. Go interact with something. Everybody just stop
Okay, I'll
worrying
go
so
watch
much
my
about
back.
exactly what you're doing and just go. Alright, Coda and Elena, don't move. Go back a couple times, Coda. As you guys get to the stairs, the chanting is much louder. It is now
Guys, we
no
found the
longer
chanters.
just a soft little background noise, and it is now more of like a what sounds to be like undistinguishable speech, more of like structured talking. And as you look north, oh, it's not going to show you. You see what looks to be a little circle on the ground of like string, and in the middle of it, this little metal ball, and the string is red, tied around this little sphere, and it kind of like hangs off, like giving it a little tail. And you guys can you see it, Coda and Elena, just kind of sitting there in the middle of the hallway. As your light bounces off the walls, you see that it gives a little warm reflection off of it, like the sphere is metallic.
Wait, like what?
Like it's got a metallic texture.
Oh, okay, okay. I think I understand now. I feel like we should avoid going this way until we
Yeah.
are ready to beat up a bunch of cultists. Correct.
Yeah.
And also, wait, okay.
We lost
I feel like
someone, but
the thing is a trap, right? If we touch it or whatever, it's a trap.
do
That's
we
almost
need to
certainly a trap.
pause game?
So let's also warn the rest of the party about the trap so we don't trigger it.
Yeah.
One momento.
By the way, this has been very enjoyable. Thing to do again.
That's good. Good. Oh, good. I'm glad you're having a good time. We'll sub them out for now. And unfortunately, Mox will play pet. Because you guys are already in the thick of it, and I don't want to interrupt you guys while you're enjoying yourselves. And I'll make sure that Mox has a summary of everything that happened tonight. That way they're at least in the loop.
Alright.
Okay, we'll continue, but I don't remember where we left off. I just remember Coda saying, nah, don't go to the metal thing, and then I saw Elena's token move. I heard Grennan say something.
I went back to warn people.
Okay, gotcha. What about you, Grennan?
I just kind of got left behind as I saw everyone's token move, but I didn't see where.
Okay. Well, Mox is gonna tell you that, hey, we should go see what everyone's doing. Just gonna join the pack.
And I was like,
Max has been possessed by God.
For now.
Hey guys, I'm Mox, and I like Wade Bucks. Today this is gonna be episode 2 of Jackass. Welcome to the Durst House Dungeon Crawl.
Oh my god.
Here with my friend
That is
Elena.
such a goblin voice.
And you just see like this orb that is like reflecting exactly like a perfect mirror of Mox, and like you see yourself in the background, and it seems to be like a perfect 1-to-1 reflection. Well, there goes my friend Elena, and there's Grennan too. Say hi to the spear, Grennan.
Did Mox turn
Hello.
into a streamer? Mox has turned into a streamer?
No,
That's
this
actually
is my
kind of
scrying
cool.
orb. It's a recording. I'll get
Yeah!
to go back over it later, and I get to edit out all the boring stuff. And it's how I learned to read books faster.
Mox is a YouTuber, confirmed by God.
Canonically is now bipolar. No, multiple personality. So anytime that someone's not here, they're just gonna become some offshoot random version of themselves.
A caricature of themselves.
I don't know if I'll keep it consistent between people, so we'll see what happens.
This is
I'm just-
gonna be funny.
Alright, back to the spooky. What would you guys like to do? You hear the chanting get louder, and hear the warning from Elena.
I'll keep going this way.
You hear that ticking noise again, Ursa. It's getting louder.
Guys, the ticking noise is back.
Coda, you hear her voice echo from the north as well as from your right. So up and right. And you can tell that you guys
So-
are talking loud enough for your voices to travel through hallways. And then you suddenly hear the clicking stop, Ursa.
It stopped.
Yep.
Where did you go?
Up top.
Okay.
You see a hallway that leads down to stairs. Coda, are you gonna walk past the sphere?
Shit. Yeah.
How are you just gonna jump over it? Maybe step over it.
Yeah.
Probably try not to touch it.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. You step over this thing, and as you look on the backside, there's an inscription, but you don't want to get close enough to read it, so you continue on down the hallway. And you see, as you step out, you see a staircase to your right that leads up, and you can hear the footsteps of Ursa. And then you turn and look behind you to the left, and you see this naked creature hunched over what looks to be like a pile of bones. And you think this is maybe what they might have heard, as the creature's now looking at you, and you see bones in its mouth. And you see it's got various other bones crunched on the ground below it. I want to go ahead and gonna ask you what you want to do, Ursa and Elena. I need you both to back up, please. That's perfect. I mean, you can go at least back up one, Elena, but
Let's see.
But I don't want to be here.
unfortunately, you shouldn't have moved.
I will back up and let the others take care of it.
You say anything to Ursa?
I will warn. Well, yeah, I'm gonna warn them. Like, I think they can
Yeah, I'll
see
move up.
the monsters down there. Am I wrong? Like, she's right here.
Ursa can,
I mean, I
yeah.
have a
Elena
torch,
cannot.
Which, yeah.
Okay, yeah. There's creepy monsters down there.
Yeah, and
Okay.
you recognize, Ursa, that you and now Coda and Elena are now lit up like a fucking Christmas tree in this torch. In this very cramped hallway. You see about 5 feet in front of you, a little bit of torchlight spills forward.
Okay. Eliana, I need you to move back into the room because they're gonna come this way no matter what. I need you to have open air and space. Same with
Stop
you,
talking.
Coda.
Because
What's
as
in front of
Coda
them?
would have left,
What?
you would have been paying attention to the creature's reaction, which would have been that at first it looks confused and you see it tilt its head. And as Coda leaves, being cautious as he can, you are going to see the creature take a couple steps forward, the bones dropping out of its mouth to reveal these crooked, jagged, razor-sharp teeth. You see this black liquid caked all over its mouth, running down its chest. But this creature looks more ghoulish to you. You recognize that this is a ghoul. It looks naked, no hair, nothing, and these blue, lifeless eyes, just little faint glows. And this body that looks like it's just emaciated and hungry. And it looks at you, and it gives you, like at first you're like, danger, and then its face wears nothing but sorrow and melancholy. As it sees you, it then bolts, and you see that it seems to appear to be running away, and it trips, falling and crashing into the wall. You hear a crack, and you watch as it limps, and then you hear scuttering, and some things fall, something maybe breaks. You definitely hear what looks like to be a bucket hitting the floor off in the distance, and it echoes just audibly enough where you're able to comfortably hear it, Ursa.
They're running away and they looked sad.
Should we follow?
I'm following. They're
I'll
filled with
follow behind.
Okay, take point.
sorrow.
You guys begin making your way down this
Well, Maddie, what the hell?
road.
Why are you throwing things, little kitty?
Oh, I see.
Kitty?
You guys make your way down this staircase, and the first thing you notice, Ursa, is that there's a well in the middle of this room. just straight in the middle of it, you can see this wooden frame made of 3 logs that holds a winch system to pull this bucket up and down via rope. But the winch system looks fucking destroyed to shit, and it's simply just a bucket being held by a rope. A little handle on the top of it like a normal bucket would. This seems to be to you like another set of quarters,
I wish.
as there are smaller other rooms, and you can see a tiny little what looks to be like a chest off in the distance of one of them. And in fact, when you look around, you do see other bones and such strewn about, and see a mug or a bucket on the floor kind of rolls about 10 feet away from you. And you see that it stops when it hits the well, like it was recently disturbed.
Well, I'm gonna keep walking
This
in.
well does not
Because
seem like
I'm
it's
not
a
gonna give off like a bad vibe. I'm kind of giving off just a vibe, and I kind of just want to see more. I don't want to interact with the well. I'm ignoring the well.
Okay, as you come closer to the well,
I will hold guard.
you see down below you another chest, a little footlocker, and then to the north you see something cowering, a naked human-like creature cowering, kind of hiding behind what you think would be a footlocker. It looks to try to it's trying to conceal as much of its body as it can, but you can still visibly see its emaciated limbs sticking out. Its face seems to be obscured though, kind of in a semi-fetal position. And it's not just sitting still, it is like anxiously moving around, like putting its hand in different places, its feet trying to find a place of comfort.
Better go down.
You find an empty quarter room, a very simple bed. In here, the dust obviously is not settled, as there are ghouls living here now. But you can see that this bed is very nicely made. It's just some wooden beams of support for the room, a footlocker, and this plain bed. The straw smells stale in here, and you smell like this may or may not be the bathroom.
Can I look down the well?
Yeah, the little torchlight you get from Elena's torch, it's just looks to be like a 30-foot deep well. The edge of the well is about 3 foot tall, and it looks. I mean, there's just water at the bottom. It looks to be like a nice blue. Doesn't look dirty or anything. But you can see that there are spider webs throughout the well, so it doesn't look like it's been disturbed in a while as well.
Guys, this is weird, right? Like, there's ghouls that are scared, just cowering.
Well, everything else about this is also
I don't
weird,
think
so...
ghouls are supposed to be intelligent.
I'm not even worried about the intelligence part, right? Like, it's the way they're acting.
Exactly.
It all
Usually ghouls
seems
are just
very
ravening beasts that attack people.
This is strange. Can I see if any, are all the ghouls, like, purposely just looking away from us and cowering?
The ones that you can see, yes.
Well, this is the well that they were talking about. At least
I
I'm
think it should be destroyed. Nothing good can come from this well existence.
What would you guys like to do?
Can I try and, like, get one of the ghouls' attention in a non-spooky way?
Describe to me what you're gonna do.
Okay, well, the only one that's, like, you know, obvious to me is this guy, right?
Okay.
So, I'm gonna I'm going animal knowledge, right? I'm working with the animal knowledge that I have. So I'm gonna crouch down. And I'm going to purposely make myself like very much seen, and I'm gonna go like, I don't know. I guess I'll make a sound.
To which one? Where are you
Or cat
going?
whispering the ghoul.
That one. That ghoul. This ghoul.
Don't tell me you're
Go
trying to
to it.
the ghouls.
I'm trying to communicate in a way.
She totally is.
Okay, you the ghoul, and it looks at you and goes, "No, away!"
Did you call them a slur
Why?
or something? Jesus.
What's wrong? What is? Why are you all cowering?
Zero. Away. Go.
What's going on with this well?
Evil.
How to kill evil?
Never.
Why never?
Evil. Grow. Strong. Evil. Feed. Well. Well, go away. Excuse you.
So the
Make sure
fog will
Durst to talk,
stop
please.
if we destroy the well?
Thought I wasn't pushed to talk. What?
No, you're not.
So, no feed evil. Evil
Why
get
am I not?
weaker.
But evil. Strong. No. Sacrifice. Evil. Weak. And you see that its head stops moving and it's making eye contact with you almost calmly. And when you see that it like looks down in confusion almost. You strong. Bigger evil.
Okay, this guy's telling us that we can beat whatever evil this is because we're stronger.
Alright, that. Alright, that sounds like a plan. I think I'm gonna hit the well with my warhammer like a golf swing.
Oh
You
no!
really
You're
like
gonna
destruction of
traumatize
property.
the ghouls. You're gonna traumatize the ghouls. They're gonna freak out.
And it lands with a thick thump into the side of the stone, and you feel your warhammer vibrate a little bit in your hand before it stops, and you don't really do anything. It doesn't really make any rock shift or even leave a crack. Seems like it's a
Damn,
pretty
that's a strong well.
a well-built well.
Do we just go down?
I don't think jumping in this well will be a good like last time.
I don't know. We
Well,
have
how
a lot
That
else
to
seems
are we
like
do
gonna
jumping
kill
into
it?
the belly of the beast.
How else are we gonna kill it? What other? Hold on, I'm gonna look at the ghouls. Is there any other way to get down? Down.
Stairs.
Stairs.
Yeah.
Like,
Psycho,
over
you could
here?
jump down a well.
Stairs.
There's stairs below us. To the south.
Okay, make room
That
for the
sounds
ghoul.
much.
He has to move so we can move, and we want him to be comfortable.
Yeah, no, they're not
What if
moving.
the stairs are the ones that we found earlier that had the chanting coming from it? That might be the
Ooh, it could be
Stairs.
that.
Creature
Are the
stop
stairs
it.
this way,
I
or
think that
are they
would
the
be,
other
yeah.
ones?
South. The stairs south. The ones that we were told to stop at.
Okay.
Here, I'll ping.
Got you. Ghouls, good, no evil?
Fear.
Oh. Bigger evil gone, ghoul evil?
Fear.
I feel like these ghouls aren't very smart. I don't know if they're going to be able to tell us too much.
He sees
They're
you.
much smarter than
No
usual
offense,
ghouls.
ghouls.
He what?
Yes. Perfect. Yeah, that works out perfectly well for me. I'm all relevancy.
He sees you? Oh, yeah, okay. Got you. Yeah, understood. Yeah, we're going this way.
You gonna step over the sphere?
Honestly, they're
Let's
smarter
not
than
go over
Archie.
the sphere.
You can if you want to. You just have to
Wait,
let me know if
wasn't
you're gonna
there an
interact with it.
inscription on the sphere? We should read the sphere.
Would you like to read the sphere, Coda?
Let's read the sphere. In
Mox
my
will
head,
join you.
'cause
Mox
I'm
will
not-
tell you, alright, now I get to figure out what's going on with the sphere. It's about time. Coda here,
Yeah,
my
don't read it out.
homie, is gonna read this shit for us and figure it out. And then I'll be able to go back and reflect on it. But we gotta make sure
Don't-
that we don't touch it, because it could be explosive. We don't want to end up in another dimension. See, that's how I ended up in this place in the first place. Alright, kids? Remember that. Got it. Alright, go ahead, Coda.
Okay, so we're not gonna read it out loud, and we're not gonna touch it. All right, I'm gonna read it in my head, because I'm not gonna whisper some fucking incantation, and then decipher what it means. Hello?
1 second. I gotta make sure I have this correct. Pulvis Pyreus. You recognize that as the common sub-language of Latin.
Latin.
I'm gonna assume that's like a pelvis crushing spell or something. I ain't touching that shit.
It's a common
So,
language amongst elves as a subtext when they want to write in
Oh, wait.
common.
Do I know Elf?
I know Elvish.
I don't know Elvish.
I
Someone
know
come
common and
Amongst multiple
Someone
other
come.
languages.
I know
I
You
know a lot
come
of
and read
languages.
this. Don't read it out loud, okay?
I know Common, Sylvan, and Thieves' Cant.
So not Elvish.
I think my other character knows Elvish. I think that's what's going on.
Right.
Okay, I can understand the confusion. Does
Is
anyone else
Coda?
know
I
Elvish?
hope Coda knows Elvish.
I know Sylvan, Common, and Abyssal, I think.
Yeah, my other character has like 5 languages.
'Cause
Yeah.
From what I read, those are the ones that Sylvanas knows. So I don't know Elvish.
Okay, nobody has anything Elvish adjacent, really.
Sylvan is
Well,
kind of,
it's
not
Sylvan
really.
Elvish
Roll
adjacent,
me
right?
intelligence, because it's like Elvish without being Elvish, if that makes any
Oh
sense.
shit! Okay.
Like
Sylvan is like the
it is an
ancestor
Elven
language, isn't
language.
it?
Yeah, it's like what Elven originated from. Like Sylvan Sylvan creatures are what elves eventually
Just-
became. They're like the god version. Like they are the ones that were in Eden, and then they pass themselves on to mortals to become elves.
Just
Intelligence
flat
or history?
Intelligence, yeah. Just actually,
Uh,
history. I think history would fit. Yeah.
12. That's okay.
Pulvis means ground or like powdery, and pyreus means fire or to ignite.
Ignite the ground. Fire trap, I think.
Yeah, let's not touch that.
Yeah, walk around it.
What if the orb is like really good though? What if we steal the orb?
Mox is
No.
gonna say that.
What if it's a what if
What
it's
if
like a bead of
what if it's
fireball
an
in there?
explosive object where we ignite it with
Let's
fire
not
magic,
touch it.
and maybe we can
Okay,
cause
what
it
if
to
we-
explode?
What if we cause it to explode from a distance?
We should not
Well,
touch it. Let's not touch it. Let's not touch it
um,
right now. I don't want to
I
touch it.
bet if we interacted with the red string, maybe that's the mechanism. We should tell Elena and Grennan and Ursa
but we
about
don't-
this.
Okay, yeah, let's not blow up.
Hey
but
guys,
what if
we found
activate-
something interesting in the hallway.
No.
I know
Don't say
it's
that.
the fire
Say,
trap.
We found something
We don't know if
dangerous
it's a
in the
trap.
hallway.
We just know that it
It is
has
a trap.
something to do with explosives and fire. And
It
some-
explodes. It's a trap.
Oh, okay, well,
Why do you
okay.
guys
Here's the thing:
think I'm
we've
on the
never
other side
seen
of the
this
wall?
before, so we don't know
Yeah,
what
this
it
is why I
does.
backed away.
This is
Stop
why
trying
I've
to
been
make us
on the other side of
explode.
the wall. This is why I was on the other side of the wall from the very start of this conversation and I saw the orb. This is why I'm over here.
So
Excuse
nobody's
me. Part of the
interested
rest
in
of
Your
us,
seeing
clearly.
and it's
Well,
only maybe dangerous.
if this. So
If
nobody's
you-
interested in seeing if this can help us or not.
Well,
Maybe
if
if
we
we're
want to
being
touch it
chased,
from
we
a
can jump over it. I don't know.
If
I don't
we
want to set it off.
Okay. Well, it seems like there's a lot of
You want to set
tension
it
and
off,
caution
I'll
in
be
the air.
in a
So
different room.
I will not interact with this, and we'll just circumvent this. And if we have free time, we have free time. But for now,
if we
We'll
want
just,
to set this off from a distance, if everyone can get away from it, I can throw a card at it. It's like pull out like
Yeah,
a
that's a good
deck of
idea.
cards.
okay.
Let's all run.
Let's take into consideration that we are technically in a cave. The walls are simply made up of, what was it, clay and stone and some dirt, and has wooden beams of support. What happens when an explosive happens underground?
Everything is fine and nothing.
We're gonna become sappers. Clearly, medieval sappers.
Leave it
We tunnel
alone.
under the castle and we
Go
blow it up.
around the corner. We have other things to do, please and thank you.
If you really want to set it off, we can do it after we do everything else.
Out of character, I really want to touch it. In character, it's horrible.
I think if we're gonna out of character.
Thank you.
I think if we're
You
gonna
now
set it
know.
All
off-
right, let's
If
continue.
we're gonna set it off, we should wait until everybody else is done with everything, so we can just collapse the house.
Let's
But,
see
like,
if you
we
guys
should do
get
it
out
last.
first.
Well, we
Yeah.
don't gotta collapse a house. But it's kind of a nice place minus the wolves. That
It
are
has a
maybe
cult
contributed.
in the basement. We should totally collapse
Okay,
it at
that
the end.
doesn't mean it's bad.
Yeah, we can just kill them and then this is our house, same with the windmills. What you mean? We can
Every
build a
house
business or
has
something.
its fixing upping to do.
Yeah, exactly. We just gotta be the exterminators.
Store.
Uh,
All right, Grennan. As you continue
worry
down
too
the
much.
hallway to the staircase, you hear the chanting become even louder. You feel like you can almost hear exactly what they're saying, but not quite yet. You're close, though.
Let's go fuck up some cultists.
Are you ready to descend?
Yup.
All right, everybody, come on, line up. We're going to the next level.
Doop, doop, doop.
All right, now don't move. All right.
Doop, doop, doop.
I'm locked at the stairs again.
Good. It's on purpose. All right. Let's see. What about this one, maybe? That's fine. As you guys begin making your way down this staircase, you notice that this place too has been disturbed recently, as there are soft, subtle footprints that lead down the staircase of this basement. You find yourselves in the second floor, and before you get down the staircase, you hear about a dozen or so voices chanting, saying over and over, "He is the ancient, he is the land."
Do we want to take a minute? I think I could cast
Strahd
silence.
is the
if that would
land.
help.
You may continue if you wish.
Before we go on, would you guys suggest I cast silence in the room? That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't have any verbal spells, but Mox might.
Mox does.
I'd also like to point out, if we do that, it could also ruin our element of surprise, because they would know.
Yeah, but silence also makes them immediately stop what it is they're chanting.
That's true. I'll be real, that's a good point.
Besides,
I'll
I
leave it
have
up to the
to
rest
just
of the
run in there
party.
anyway.
All right. Elena, since you walked down first, you see along the walls to the left, or to the right and north, what look to be like small niches along the wall. And they have small trinkets. You can't quite make out what they are, but from this distance you can tell that there are little inlets in this room, or at least in this part of the room, that contain something. And I mean, you're still a paladin. You would still have basic understanding of, how paladins, same thing with clerics, you would recognize this might be a reliquary. Usually a room of religious gathering where you might hold treasure or artifacts to have, right? Because you're not using the object, you're going to stow it somewhere. You're not going to stow it away in a box or a crate. It's going to be someplace where a religious member could see it out in the open, and it also prevents people from pretty much stealing it.
I mean,
yeah.
I am a Knight of the Realm, too. Like, I would know basic Knight of the Realm things,
Yep.
which this would be.
Yep, so you recognize this.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start casting silence, since it's a ritual. Will take at least 10 minutes.
Okay. Do you know where you're going to center it?
Since I'll probably stand at the front just so I can actually see, I'm just, like right there-ish, center there. It has to be somewhere I can see, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hold that there for a second. Right there?
Yes.
Okay. Silence fills this area. Anyone, Grennan and I'm assuming, oh, that is Elena. You guys don't hear anything as you are halfway in and out of this, so it's going to cover about half your ear. Ursa and Coda, though, you two still can hear the chanting.
I'm gonna wave at both of them, trying to get their attention.
I'm gonna
I
start
will
stuffing
flash,
into-
yeah, I see you type of.
I'm gonna try and motion to like come toward me.
Yeah.
She should be able to hear me now, right? Okay. Can you hear the fact that outside of this, we could still hear the chanting?
You still
Yeah,
can,
it seems
Elena.
like it's not an actual person chanting, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
Wait,
have
wait,
moved
grab
out of the
Brennan.
silence
Grab
ring.
Brennan.
Brennan,
Okay.
you see various random objects about this reliquary in these little niches. A small mummified yellow hand with sharp claws. A goblin's hand. Seems to be on a loop of rope. You see a knife carved from a human bone, and a dagger with a rat's skull set into the pommel. an 8-inch diameter varnished orb made from a Nothic's eye. I don't know what this is, but it's an asparagillum carved from bone. A folded cloak made from stitched ghoul skin. A desiccated frog lashed to a stick. A bag full of bat guano. A hag's severed finger. A 6-inch tall wooden figurine of a mummy, its arms crossed over its chest. An iron pendant adorned with the devil's face. The shrunken, shriveled head of a halfling. And a small wooden coffer containing a dire wolf's withered tongue.
I will tap Grennan on the shoulder and be like, I will gesture, like, go back out of silence range.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ursa told me to get you.
I can still hear the chanting, even through the silence.
Yeah, it seems no one is in that room.
But you don't hear
so
it through
we
the
would
silence.
still hear it if they're outside the bubble.
But if you're in the silence, you can't
I
hear
just
anything.
assumed they were in the.
If you walk into the silence, you can't hear anything. Not even the chanting. Because remember, it makes 0 sound permeate through that area. Correct. While you're out of it, yes. And you can still hear what they're saying. So what would you guys like to do? She tells you about some weird, or he tells you about the weird objects considered relics to whoever the cult is that is here, that are in the niches of this reliquary. Also, they tell you that there's 2 passageways to the south leading downwards. One that seems to slope into what looks to be a tunnel, maybe, and then another one that leads to another hallway like we've seen upstairs.
I'd say we probably head towards the tunnel. That's just my instinct.
I'm probably also gonna. I don't know. I feel like I should just take a look in the room first.
I'm gonna drop
My
the
bearings.
silence now. Feels like
Yeah.
it's not gonna be needed at the moment, but you may just want to go 20 foot around, just off in the distance, in case I cast.
Okay. Okay. You walk forward into the reliquary and you see that the slope heads downward at a very steep angle, and leads to what looks to be like a pool. It still looks part of the dungeon, like similar hall, but you can see that what were stairs is now just crumbled, difficult terrain at a sharp angle in a pool of water that, if you had to guess, there's probably 10 feet between the top of the water and the ceiling. But whatever doorway was at the bottom of this thing is completely filled over by water. It reaches over the top of what you would expect the doorway to be. In fact, you could just see like a little bit of the framing of the top of the door, like door frame itself.
That's
Out of character,
Probably
I know
that
exactly
well
what this
is.
is. In character, I do not.
I want to like actually go and look around and take a gander at these relics, like look at them close.
Okay. Yeah, they just seem to be like a strange assortment of items. I posted them in the general chat so you could see them for yourself. But yeah, you don't get any vibes from them. They look druidic in some essence, but you're like, I mean, it's not a witchcraft circle that you recognize. It seems to be its own archaic. You're maybe it's older than you. Like maybe this is a practice that is older than what is currently practiced now. You're not sure. You just don't recognize it. You don't recognize the type of bindings or the materials they used or the symbolism.
Oh, there's a cloak somewhere in there, huh?
Yep. Made out of ghoul skin.
a cloak and dagger?
I am a cloak and dagger.
I personally would not touch that, but
That's pretty fucking gross. What would you guys like to do?
I want to jump down and try and get to the other end of this, but I want to wait for everyone else's input first, because I'm not trying to drag everyone into a fight.
If anything, I think we should check out this hallway first, just to clear this area.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. The hallway continues and has a sharp turn to go left. The chanting is still audible from here. Doesn't seem to be increasing in volume. Okay. As you head down the hallway, you see what look to be... Is it exactly what I think it is? Yeah. This is the prison. You can see that there are what look to be shackles on the walls. Skeletons and remains lie strewn about.
This place is really indeed. Doesn't seem to be much in here, though.
what a pleasant location.
These artifacts are kind of looking at me, and I'm kind of looking at them.
Hold on. Wait a second. Grennan, you're the one who went the farthest into the prison, eh? You noticed on the back wall there's a human skeleton clad in a tattered black robe. Seems to be similar to the clothing of the Vistani that you guys recently met.
Can I tell how long? Well, the skeletons probably would be that you want. No, never mind. Does the cloak on it look like it was recent made?
Yeah, it's still in good condition. Doesn't seem to be any rips or tears in it.
How big is it?
Could I take the cloak?
You could take the cloak off of the skeleton if you want. You notice as you start to begin to take it off, you know, you're taking the bones out, moving them as you have to. It is a fine silk robe. It doesn't offer any protection, but it's still fairly nice, and it surprisingly would fit you, you believe. But you smell something off, and so you get your nose closer to it, and you smell the smell of a rotting corpse, but it's very faint. And you see a little bit of the inside, just a tiny little patch of a black-like substance. Seems to be splotched on the inside of the neck.
Probably get cleaned off with a good wash. I think I'm gonna put that in my inventory. Could I?
Yeah, go ahead. I love that. I love that so much. All right. What would you guys like to do?
Can I try and use my magic eyeballs? Can I get the general vibe? Can I do an arcane check to look at these things?
Yeah. They're not magical. Yeah, you could just tell. Most things that are used in rituals do not contain magic. They are what is like like the thing you need to channel magic.
Like a wand or something.
Yeah,
Like the bunch of bat guano for fireball.
correct. In fact, Box can tell you that some of these materials
There
are
was
used
a
in
bunch of
spells.
bat guano.
They're just
for
used in
fireball.
really weird ways, not normal. Yeah. He's like,
Well, I low-key want to touch the knife that's carved from human bone.
it's just a knife, a human bone handle. It's roughly
Okay.
blacksmith's, but it's still it's a little dull, little tiny bit of rust. So it looks old, but it doesn't look like it's been really kept up. Most of them look undisturbed and as if they haven't really been used, but you also don't really know how you would use them or what their purpose is.
Okay, well, low-key, I kind of want to take the fucking hag's severed finger.
Add it to your inventory. And what would the rest of the party like to do?
Are we ready to get our feet wet and jump in the?
Yes.
What if I, what if I
Alright.
just wait for you guys up here so I don't gotta touch the water?
Let's try not to recognize.
Okay. Grennan, you take a little step into the water. It's not very shallow and not very deep. But you struggle to keep your footing on this incline and you slip down, catching yourself on the wall in front of you. And the water's only like 3 feet deep here. And you take a good look. Give me an investigation check.
Investigation, that's the bad one. Perception's the good one.
It seems like the door, for some reason, is like in the ground. Like you look down at the water and you're like, okay, well why is the top of the door like level with the floor I'm standing on?
So does that mean there's no door?
And when you turn around,
Can
you
I
look
try
at the
and
slope.
smash my own door?
Make your own door? Sure, you can try
Yes.
whatever you want. You put a crack into the stone as you slam into it with all your might. You hear a distant reverberation of like some rocks falling.
Alright, I think I'm gonna do that.
You hit it this time, and you missed where you hit last time. So you hit a smaller, or a different section, and it cracks, but not nearly as much. You guys hear Grennan to begin to pound on a
Throw.
stone wall. You swing again, but this time the force is too much, and it hurts your wrist a little bit as your warhammer vibrates in your hand. So you gotta take a 10-second pause on this. The rest of you,
I'm gonna wait.
Any other way that we can like open the door?
Well, there is no door. The door's in the ground.
it's in the ground. It's a door, but it's in the ground. No, it's not a trapdoor. Trapdoors don't go in the ground. They're usually like over the ground or like.
They
Ground
are the
level.
ground.
Yeah, usually like technically, or they're like objects that immobilize you. You're muted, but yeah, it's in the ground. Like, if I walked over to that doorway, the top of the door and that part would be at my ankle level for some reason. and then it's stone wall straight up. Or at least that's all that Grennan found. No. Because that's not, it wouldn't be at the top of the door. That wouldn't make sense. Because normally doors have them in the middle. Elena, what you doing over there? Hanging out in the prison? Bringing back bad memories? Go ahead and roll me an investigation check, Elena.
Flat.
Okay. You take a good stroll looking around. Other than the naked skeleton and rags, you don't really find anything of interest. And then you noticed there's this weird stick of jagged metal sticking out from the wall here. Like somebody, like a tip of like the last 3 inches of a dagger are jammed into this wall.
Which wall?
To the right.
Can you ping? This one?
Correct. And as you get closer to it, you reach out to like touch it, right, to see like how deep is this thing in the wall, and you see that it falls out like upon touch, just barely in there, a little bit of force, and then you see that a couple of rocks fall and reveals a door handle, kind of buried in stone.
There's a door here.
I think that's the actual way in. Because the other door looks like it's not meant to open from that side.
I can try to open it.
Here, I'll go tell everybody.
Okay, I'll wait.
I
Guys,
saw my warhammer
I think
on the wall one
we
more
end.
time.
I think we found a possible way in over here.
Alright.
I
Alright, is the slope
forgot
too
push
steep
to
for me to
talk.
get up?
What were you gonna say, Coda?
I forgot push talk was on. I've been talking a bunch and I forgot that I needed to press the button. I don't.
Move.
It's fine. I'm good. Sorry.
You're okay. Alright. Would you guys like to go to the door Elena found?
Yes.
I would like to try to. Is the slope actually walkable? Or
Yeah,
too
it's
steep?
just difficult terrain, so it'll take you a couple extra seconds to get up. But yeah, you recognize that it is definitely not. Doesn't seem like a very efficient pathway. All right, Elena, show us your secrets.
It is.
As soon as you open the door, when you step out onto this stone walkway, you see the large room you're in, and you immediately, everybody hears the chanting stop. You all may enter.
Oh, may I?
Do not go very far or into the water.
Yeah, I assume the water is not available.
As you peer into this 40-foot square room, you see smooth masonry walls that provide excellent acoustics. Featureless stone pillars support the ceiling, and a breach in the west wall leads to a dark cave heaped with refuse. Murky water covers most of the floor. Stairs lead up to dry stone ledges that hug the walls. In the middle of the room, more stairs rise to form an octagonal die that also rises above the water. Rusty chains with shackles dangle from the ceiling directly above a stone altar mounted on the die. The altar is carved with hideous depictions of grasping ghouls and is stained with dry blood. The water's 2 feet deep. The ledges in central die are 5 feet high, and the ceiling is 16 feet in total. And the chains dangling from the ceiling are 8 feet long. You
Well,
also
that doesn't
see
seem too deep.
what looks to be like some sort of what's it called? A wooden wheel connected to what looks to be some sort of chain mechanism.
Can I go for the spin that?
Yeah, you can go spin that if you want. You walk over and you move it, and at first takes a little bit of effort. You hear it groan and complain, and then it gives away fairly quickly. And as you push it, you see that the doorway rises, and you continue pushing it as far as it'll go. And you see the doorway seems to have been connected to a chain that held the entire doorway itself and connected, stone and such, in a slot. So the way that the doorway itself could be moved up and down as to resist entrance or to deny exit.
Oh, interesting.
But it is now opened.
You said the chanting stopped?
I did.
And looking into the room, I don't see anybody.
No, it's just you guys.
Okay,
They're not
I'll
invisible, are they?
The dais.
As soon as you take a step onto the die, Grennan, the chanting rises once more, as 13 black apparitions appear on the ledges overlooking the room. Each one resembles a black robed figure holding a torch, but the torch's fire is purple. It seems to draw light into it. Where you'd expect to see faces are voids. One must die, they chant. Over and over. One must die. One must die. Roll me a religion or insight check, please, Grennan.
What?
You can ascertain that you need to make hold on 1 second. Yeah, you can ascertain that you must perform a sacrifice upon the altar. You need to sacrifice a creature. And it has to die, shackled by the chains above the altar so the blood can bathe the altar. You get the idea that the operations don't care what kind of creature is sacrificed, and that they aren't fooled by illusions, and that it needs to be a living creature.
I have a suggestion. Let's not. I don't think we have any familiars we can summon. Let's not.
Is a familiar a living creature in that kind of aspect?
Is a what?
I know it's like somewhat magical. I don't know how exactly if that counts.
What did you say?
Is a familiar like a living creature in that kind
No,
of
it's
It does
aspect? I
not.
didn't know if that would
It does
count.
not count as a
Okay.
creature, no. It is not a living being.
It's a spirit. It's a spirit.
Correct. It is ethereal. It is literally made of magic.
So we don't have
I
any
found-
good options. So let's not. Let's just
do we know
run
if
away really
those
fast.
people that are in the room are living creatures? Do they what do they look like again? You said they have black robes and
Voids where their face would be, and purple torches that seem to draw in light. You get the idea that they're not living.
living, yeah. They're the more necromancy bad shit.
I know this has been my answer to a lot of things today. I swear I'm not trying to make it a habit, but what if we just smash the altar? It'd be fun.
Remember what happened last time we fucked up an altar?
I would suggest
Not much happened,
no.
to be honest.
I would suggest no.
Creature, no. Get.
What if we just walk away? Can we just walk away?
I think we should probably close one of the exits.
Till one dies, you may not leave. In Grennan, you feel as you try to step out this this impulse to not leave, and you stay. You feel as if you don't want to walk away from this die. Like, you definitely don't feel great about it, but you can't get away from it.
You have Thorn Whip, right? Or something? We can literally pull Grennan.
Yeah, but I don't know if that's gonna actually work. Where are these hooded, robed people?
Above you. In the sky. You see these pillars? They're on the top of each pillar. There are about 13 of them. So not every pillar is filled, but...
So say if I wanted to climb the pillar.
Go up to them. You have something that can climb a pillar.
Why can't I just climb a pillar?
Yeah, you can do that too. Yeah, you want to climb a pillar?
Yeah, let me climb a fucking pillar.
Okay. Spend 30 seconds shimmying up this pillar. Your cat's grace makes it a lot easier to get up. And you get to the top, and as you do, you like phase through one of these apparitions, and it like disappears, but it's still there. And all you feel is dread and pure terror. You're unconscious. Well, that's the wrong person. And you hit the ground. Is this the right
I'm just
person?
gonna sit down and start playing solitaire with my deck of cards.
Okay, I have a spell for this. Well, not a spell, but I will use Lay on Hands for 1 point. You will no longer be unconscious.
She will still be unconscious, but she is now at 1 health.
Okay.
Lay on Hands does not wake her up.
Well, I don't know what to do now. She's a big, heavy person.
Yeah, use the health action to wake her up. Isn't that how that works? Someone?
Yes, but first, Ursa, as you climb that tower and you feel that apparition's essence around you and like what that creature really was, it took you to your nightmare lands, and every moment that you turned to get away from one thing, you appeared and saw another thing, until you just find yourself sleeping and dreaming of yourself just hiding in a bush as a little kid, just terrified of the whole world. Unfortunately, my friend, you just suffered a near-death experience. I will wait till the end of the session, but you will get to roll upon the table of death illness, and will have an affliction upon your next long rest.
Oh.
Oh, shoot. Oh, no.
What would you guys like to do?
I guess I will pick up Ursa as best I am able.
You know, if you guys sacrifice me, I won't be pissed about it. I'm gonna sleep anyway.
No, I'm a good
well, that kind
alive
of solves the
person,
issue.
and that's kind of bad.
You're not sacrificing anyone.
One must
Okay,
die.
we can stay in here for a while. We have
Must
plenty of
die.
time to figure out how this all works.
We should just leave and to hell with the consequences.
Well, we can't. Not really. Grennan's also stuck.
Can I pull out my other block of incense and just light it next to me?
Yeah, you do
Doesn't
so.
somebody have command? Can't we, like, command follow?
I have command. I don't think I can command myself off.
No, you cannot.
Well. Carnation.
Well, that's an interesting chain of events.
Seems there's a pile in the south of the room. Maybe someone could find a living creature now, like a rat? If we summon this thing, we'll probably kill it.
I am not going to touch the thing. I am going to pick up Ursa, though, as best I am able.
Somebody should probably search these.
Well, come here and join me in a game of cards. I don't know, I'm just kind of...
Can I pick up Ursa?
Yeah, you can pick her up.
Okay, she's gonna get carried like a sack of potatoes.
Hell yeah.
A very big, very heavy sack of potatoes.
Very large.
Who is very much like a full 1.5 feet taller than the little knight carrying her.
Impressive, to say the least.
Right where you
It is
taking her.
very undignified.
All right,
Okay, well,
where are you going? What are we
Okay.
doing, guys? What are the actions we're taking?
well, you're Mox.
Mox is gonna say that this shit's fucked up. And they probably should get Ursa the fuck out of here. Somebody should probably heal them, and they don't know how to get Grennan out. Grennan, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Yay, one of my...
Okay. As you
Can
sit
Ursa
next to
slowly
your
get dragged out?
Yeah, I got you. As you sit next to your incense, you feel a bit more peaceful and at home, and you kind of zen yourself for a moment, and then that feeling of wanting to be stuck to this die fades away, and you feel like you could leave now.
Sweet. I'll grab
Mox,
my block.
go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab my block of incense.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
Where are we going?
We're
Well,
leaving, because you're
let's
now a liability.
Take a step out, I guess.
Yeah,
Oh,
but like, this is a while.
are we? Oh, you're going all the way out?
I'm gonna get her out of the house because she is now a liability, and if she's left in the house, that is a danger.
I'm gonna search
You're
this
not-
pile under here
So
for
you don't want to,
anything
like, at some
useful.
point just help me wake up so I can just...
Are you sure, Grennan?
You're,
I mean, like,
unconscious from a near-death experience, and I tried to revive you with lay on hands, and that didn't work.
Well, it did, stabilize her, but she doesn't wake up immediately upon reaching 0 HP because she's unconscious.
You have
Yeah.
to wake them up yourself.
Well, I will try.
All right, you guys come on out, and you manage to get Ursa out of the house, and you notice that as you're making your way out, it's relatively quiet. You guys make your way quickly through and exit, and you guys can still see the dense fog outside, and you lay Ursa down on the ground, and I assume you're gonna wake her.
Yeah.
Okay. You are now awakened, Ursa. You come out of your dream. You see a warmness like a torch in the distance. And then quickly you remember the torch that Elena was carrying and you see it in front of you and you run towards it out of the bushes to then find yourself waking up outside of the Durst house in the village of
I will touch
Barovia
her sentiments.
with Elena standing above you. And I will note that as all of you fled and you ran off the Diagren and you heard the words, Lord Lekoroth, the Ancient will rise. Vengeance will be his. A sacrifice will be paid.
That's the doom of the party.
Wait, hold on. So a sacrifice is going to be paid. Right? I feel like, putting it off is worth it.
To be honest, I just want to go back inside, go search the bones, and I want to then figure out what we do from there.
Well, write it down. Save it for next week. Because we're going to go ahead and call it there. I will
Okay,
tell
thank
you all that you are very close to something. And that's all I will say. Otherwise, that is all for the session.